Could be a 3. Let's go. Let's get it. The name is Law Nation. Everything else remains the same. Appreciate everybody for jumping in and being part of this conversation that rules the nation, baby. Let's get it the best way possible. Thank everybody for jumping in and being part of it. Let's go. Cowboy Nation. Shout out to all of the HBO gang, Share gang. Appreciate you guys so much for being part of this conversation. Let's get it. Shout out to everyone and those that's listening beyond the ice wall, basically. Shout out to the third dimension, the fourth dimension, the fifth dimensions. Appreciate everybody. We all around the world, in the galaxy, in the multiverse. Yeah, come on. My movie Thor come out today. Actually, they actually viewing the movie Thor today. I'm gonna check it out tomorrow though. Y'all know I'm a big Thor guy, right? Let's get it. All right. Tomorrow versus DC. East Side, what's good with you, man? You better not wear that hat, too. You better not wear that hat. Huh. Let's get it. The wide receiver dilemma. The wide receiver dilemma. The Cowboys conversation. Von Miller said, man, I would have took pocket change to come over here to play for the team I love, the team I root for. Let's get it. As the room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in. The Cowboy Sports Talking Beyond. Hey, ho, come on. I done took most of your time already. Let's get it. Come on, computer. Wake up. There we go. Hey. All right. What's up, everybody? The name is Law Nation. We talk Cowboy sports talk and beyond. Here's the situation. The Dallas Cowboys in a dilemma, believe it or not, in a dilemma because it's the old wait and see. And you guys already know I do believe in this right here.
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
So Von Miller, he pretty much said, hey, I would have took less money to play for the team that I love. And we heard storylines like this before of players saying that they would love to play with the silver and blue, with the star on their helmet and things of that nature. We heard these storylines before. This is nothing new. This is not just your imagination. You know, but this is a situation whereas we can't put the toothpaste back into the tube. You can, but it'll make it messy, right? Nevertheless, the Dallas Cowboys is heading into the year of 2022. I know for the critics, the pundits, the people that would like to detract the Cowboys' success and the fame, they will say it's been over 20 years. I get all of that. But one thing that comes to my mind, and I appreciate you guys so much for jumping in, one thing that comes to my mind is the way Stephen Jones is handling and operating this system. Some can say it's on autopilot. Some can say, hey, they just really believe in their philosophy. They put all of the onus on Will McClay to go out there to find guys. They do that. This team from a macro aspect of it, we can say that we draft pretty well. We do evaluations of players pretty good. But there's two type of things that you guys got to understand, and that is experience. You got to have experience. I truly believe in the playoff, everything condenses. And even if you have your group of guys that you believe in, that you really can say to yourself, I love the guys that we have. And some of the philosophy from the ownership is sprinkling down, not just as we can see on this team, but it's also sprinkled down to the fan base. Whereas we like our guys, right? Just like a couple of weeks ago, it was a couple of months ago, when the whole ideology of DK Metcalf, do you trade some asset away to get DK Metcalf? I had a gang of Cowboy fans say, we don't need a DK Metcalf, right? And my whole notion of this, or my thought would be, hey, you bring in someone like that for dog sure. I'm not saying that CeeDee Lamb can't do it. Hear me out. But you bring in someone like that so that you would not have to worry about elevating someone that's on the bottom end. And at worst, or at best, you know for sure he's better than Noah Brown, right? So you give away some assets to have the DK Metcalf. Or for right now, yesterday I was looking at some film. A caller called in and said, hey, Law, what about Julio Jones? Immediately, even I'm guilty of it without looking at the film. I said, oh, hell no, not Julio. He's 33. That's a long tooth. But then when I started to look back at film, I said, oh, okay. These are the reasons why the Titans, a run-first team, right? The Tennessee Titans, for crying out loud, was a team that wanted to smash and run or what have you. And then when you start to look at some of the film of things, and then you say, Julio is better than Noah Brown. Who anybody got money on that? Who better, Noah Brown or Julio? So this is what this is about. So I started looking at other teams. Look at the LA Rams. They ain't trying to keep a Noah. Look, I'm not throwing any shade at Noah, especially not the Ark. I'm not throwing any shade at him. But what the Rams did last year is saying that, hey, is Cooper Kupp a dog or not? Cooper Kupp is a dog nasty type of wide receiver. Big dog, right? They didn't take away and say, hey, man, we want to see if you can earn it by yourself. No, they added to, is what I'm trying to say, and that is all what I'm bringing to the table here. So when Von Miller came out and said, yeah, man, that's the team I love. He probably got a star somewhere tatted on him, and he was just waiting, probably eating his oodles and noodles and sitting there saying, okay, I'm in the vacation time for your mind. I know the Cowboys going to reach out to me. Hey, the dude Randy Gregory just went to another team. I'm sitting here chilling, playing tic-tac-toe, dominoes, spots and dots, spade. He was chilling. I think he was playing Uno at the time. One day went by, no calls. Oh, he probably looked in the mirror. Let me do some more sit-ups and push-ups. Let me do some curls while I'm out here. Another day went by. DeMarcus Ware, not Law, but DeMarcus Ware reached out to him and said, hey, man, what's good, man? Hey, man, I love to see you in that silver and blue with the star on the side of the helmet. Maybe you can have the reverse effect. I left Cowboys, went over to Denver land and got a Super Bowl. Maybe you can leave L.A. and come over here and get a Super Bowl to help this team out. It'll be nasty to play with you. DeMarcus Ware, right? He was saying, not Law, but he was saying, it'll be nice, man, to see you and Parsons, right? But that's too much. When all of that stuff happened, we was like, man, that's too much like right? But when you have big egos, write this down, Cowboy Nation, edging God out. Your ego saying that this is the team I built. I don't need no outside resources nor help. I can do it all by myself. I'm Jerry Wayne Jones' son. I'm Stephen Jones, baby. Y'all don't have nothing on me. I will have y'all playing football at Pelican Bay. Shoe program, right? You know, I'm the smart one, you know. They didn't even call dude. They had the high horse and they were saying, you know what? We the ones. We the ones that we don't have to move. We can play the big boy style. You know, there's different ways that we can look into this. There's different ways we can look into this. Von is a liar.
You liar!
There was 2 for 99 cents. Said he was just lying, right? He was lying to kick it, huh? That's what you doing? He was just lying, fam. Oh my good. John Sullivan says, did you check out the movie on HBO Max? We own this city. It's not close to the wire, man. It's not close to the wire. I got little snippets of the first episode, and I just didn't really feel that it's on wire-esque. But I'm gonna give it a more time, though. You know. But I appreciate you for reminding me. You know, we can't have compare Julio to Noah Brown shouldn't be considered equivalent since Noah doesn't get many snaps. This is from Big Sarge 31. So yeah, I agree with that aspect of it. Let me appreciate those who watched the Aaron video. I appreciate you guys so much. But let's look into some Julio stuff right quick. What I'm trying to say is that is the world that the Cowboys live in, right? Julio is not under anybody's contract, right? And I don't know what Julio is asking for, by the way. But what I'm trying to do is for this Dallas Cowboys team is find the best of the best in every position. And what I'm trying to equate to is last season they fooled around and made it to the playoffs, right? They made it to the playoffs. Right, Cowboy Nation, they made it to the playoffs, and one of the things that was very difficult for the Cowboys to do is to get beyond their nerves. They was very nervous. They was a very nervous group, and when you have somebody with experience, that, my friend, takes away the nervousness, and that's where I'm coming at with this whole Julio situation. I truly believe that Julio is better than Noah Brown. And I think that with Julio, you can actually have a situation whereas the teams would still respect him. Now, I'm not saying that you go out there and spend big money. That was on Brandon Wagner. That was another guy that we wanted, right? But Julio just caught the ball on Bobby Wagner, not Brandon Wagner. Bobby Wagner, I meant to say. So those are things that I'm looking at from the rawness of it. Can Julio still sustain himself, right? And can he be an option for the Cowboys down the line? See, there's 3 guys. I want you guys to pay close attention to the film. This is not a film observation. This is just a film observation, not a film breakdown. But look at how many people that he garnered attention to. 3. I'm trying to make this thing still comfortable for my guy, C.D. Lamb. Right? But what the Cowboys do, they do the reverse effect. They look at it and say, okay, now we're going to pay C.D. Lamb. Do it without the help of others that's surrounding him. Now, granted, if you look at the past 2 years of Julio Jones, you would say to yourself, yeah, man, those numbers are not respectable enough, and he's injury prone. I get all of that. I'm not saying that he's not. But what I'm saying is, dog it for a cup of coffee. You got to at least see what you got. And that is what teams that are winning do. They bring guys in for the cup of coffee, and they put them out there to say, okay, will you be able to withstand the time? But they don't go all crazy with it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, and this is against Eastside Harrow's team, the Texans. Let's see what they're going to do on this particular drive. You know, the old wash-up Julio Jones against the Texans last season. This is all last season. I didn't want to go back the year before, what have you, because keep in mind, he had over 4 games the year before north of 120-some yards receiving, so that's nothing to sneeze at. And even in this season right here, watch how he creases, he line up in the slot, get off inside, find a soft spot in the zone, that's a tub. I like that, right? Now, granted, Cowboy Nation, we have bigger food to eat with this team as it relates to certain things that goes on with the Cowboys. And here are the things, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate you, Crimson. Appreciate you for jumping in. Here are the things. There are known knowns and known unknowns, right? But
well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Things that we don't know that we don't know, right? Julio had 1 touchdown all last year, right? And that came in the final game of the season last year, by the way. But when you look at the tape, you can see that he was able to find things and find the opening spots and slots on the field. Let me ask you this. Let me raise you, Captain. How many touchdowns did Noah Brown have last year? Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. And on top of that, the year before. So I rest my case. What I'm trying to do is make my team as explosive as possible. I'm still trying to understand what you guys are really thinking, right? Like if you are a team and you lined up on a Sunday and you trying to figure out a way to win, it's no more, hey, I'm waiting on this guy to elevate. I'm waiting on that guy to elevate. I'm trying to win now. And if I can work out a deal with these sets of conditions, hear me out, with these sets of constraints, put it in the contract. The best contract I've seen in many of years was the Sean Lee contract. The Cowboys did dial up that one, right? A contract with incentives, right? A contract with conditions. Yeah. You know, Iceberg Q says, and this, look, Cowboy Nation, I'm not trying to pick on my guy Noah Brown. Friend of the community, shout out to him. Cowboys experience and beyond. Met the guy multiple times. Noah Brown is a brilliant guy, right? And I'm not throwing shade at him at all. But from a general manager aspect, the general manager job should be, hey, my job is to replace all 53 guys at any whim, right? And the coaches should be looking at this situation and saying, my job is to win. This should not be political football. This should be a situation where it's we trying to win at all costs, right? I do love the documentary many years back of the late, great Kobe Bryant. May he rest in peace. He would not let his daughter win in playing basketball. A simple game, you would think that, hey, man, you let her win 1 or 2 of them. No. He would not let her win. Kobe, man, you are mean, man. You a bad father, you know? No. Law, you are mean, man. What you mean? How you gonna find this man and bench this man for being late for practice? He was on time. Coach, understand this, and people understand this. If you're on time, you're late. This is a nonsense type of situation. We don't need to sign anybody. Keep money for the NFL trade deadline. Ultra Cowboy, that is another angle that the Cowboys could be doing. I've seen some people do some, was it Deontay Jackson for the Steelers? Now, even though I'm talking about
the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
Let's pull up James Washington, because I think that the Cowboys got this guy on the team already, right? And what we are hoping that although he had 44 receptions, right, maximum ever, at his highest peak in his career, and his best passer rating when targeted was 83, right, 0.2 or something like that. We need this guy to step up. And when we start talking about wide receivers in this particular NFL league, they are just as important as any other position and grouping, right? Nevertheless, when we look at James Washington's ability, we look at him as the valuable third or fourth option. But for the meantime, between time, he would actually be the second option heading into week 1, 2, and probably 3, unless Jalen Tolbert just jump out of the building with his talent. I truly believe that experience with James Washington, he will be the guy that will earn that second look on this team for the first pretty much half of the season. Now, with that being said, he is an unknown factor. You can line him up inside and outside, and then, of course, that is on Patrick Peterson and Xavier Woods. I circled those two guys right there, and he split the defense. Yeah, got him on the 1-2 and killed him at the top of the route. That's so important. Watch how you high point the ball, knife inside. I do like that aspect of it, and one can argue now that if you bring that to the table, and of course that's the old Patrick Peterson, that's not the new one, right? And he do got the ability to stretch it, give you yak or what have you. So the wide receiver dilemma, we have yet to see this kid catch a pass in Cowboys blue. I can't wait. He will be one of the guys that I will pay close attention to. I will pay close attention to him in training camp. Can he get separation consistently? Is he able to take the top off the defense? Is he able to find the soft spots in the zone? Is he able to garner attention? Now, watch this. Creases inside, give him 1-2, and split the defense and look back for the ball. I do like that guy, soft hands. And on top of that, he pulled the ball back to his body. He's sneaky, right? He's very sneaky. And watch how he got him on it instead of go. Yeah. And he's able to crease it up the middle of the field. Are you guys sold on James Washington? Is what I'm trying to say. My guy Jay says, or give Fihoko a chance, right? I truly believe that you got to give him a chance. But that's the area that we're living in, Cowboy Nation. Like I said, we are living in the possibilities of, on one end, it can be everything or it can be nothing. It's lamb or nothing at this point. Keith says, nope. The best way, Cowboy Nation. And, of course, we have high hopes for Dennis Houston, right? Dontario Drummond, Ty Freifogel, T.J. Vasher. I can make the same argument. If we had veteran leadership on this team last season, the person that been here before, when it's time for the playoff time to get going and rocking, those guys in the locker room would have been able to pull from the resources from that guy. Right? I can't get apple juice out of an orange, and I can't get watermelon juice out of an apple. That is the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. And the same could be said for the reason why I'm banging on the table. Bring these guys in. At least pick up the phone. That's the bare minimum that I'm saying, Cowboy Nation. I'm not saying at all. I'm not saying at all that any of these guys we get will be the difference maker. I'm not saying that. When they say doing their due diligence, it means just that. Look, I beg of you guys to hear me out. Take the Cowboys blue and the goggles off, right? And take the fantasy football stuff away. But I truly believe that Aaron Donald, one of the greatest defensive players we've seen with our natural eyes in this past decade, he couldn't do it all by himself. He couldn't. The Rams still went out and squeezed and shook the tray and pulled for Von Miller. They made acquisitions to go get Jalen Ramsey. Floyd, that's his name, Leonard Floyd, right? And the list goes on, baby. So what I'm trying to say is be active, right? That's what I'm trying to say. JT, man, you're live.
What's good, Law?
Oh, man, all is well. I can't complain, fam. Talk to me, man.
Hey, so first off, bro, we got to let him hang, Law.
You gotta let him hang, man. You got to.
That's the first thing. But the other thing I wanted to say, and like this whole Von Miller thing, like I don't understand like why he's saying this. Like just because, and here's why I say I don't know why he's saying this, because
right,
like what good does it do for Von Miller to say like, hey, I would have signed there, like if he's like not there? Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like what do you think, Law?
It's selections remorse. It's kind of like buyer's remorse. He probably realized because he grew up pretty much in DeSoto, which is like backdoor Dallas, right? Is in the outskirts of Dallas. He grew up loving this particular team. And now he's going to a team that he got the money. Yeah, it feels good. The first checks came in or what have you. But his heart is still here in Dallas. But his money is in Buffalo land. So it's kind of like, I believe the guy that dated Beyonce that took her to the prom or what have you, every day he's kicking himself, right? Like, man, that was my first squeeze right there, man. You know, I Ray J that, you know. But every time he turned on the TV, he see Beyonce with Jay-Z. It's kind of like that type of situation.
He also, and this is something that some people don't know, but he also played at Texas A&M. Like he's been like in that. Yeah, he's been in the area for a while. I guess my question is, though, to your point, like, if he has, like, I get what you're saying, but, like, wouldn't it have just been easier, like, if he really felt that way, like, why didn't he sign in Dallas? Like, that's the question I have.
Say that again. If he really what?
I said, like, if he has the, like, selection remorse, like, and again, I believe he does, but, like, if he really had that kind of, like, feeling, like, he would have signed with Dallas, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but at times like this, he put it out, said, hey, I would love to play with the star, right? And normally when you're a free agent, about 2 or 3 minutes later, right, there should have been a phone call from the team that's needing help at that spot. But by them not even reaching out, the first team to reach out were probably other teams, and then the Bills said, we'll give you the offer. It's kind of like, if you go out to a spot or a club or a nightclub or what have you, you seeing her eyeing you the whole entire time, right? She with her girlfriends, but you really see her. She's a dime. She's just sitting in the corner. She's eyeing you, and you chilling. You eyeing, you looking at her, but you don't make the move. You kind of too smooth.
Right.
And then another smooth guy come right on in and say, baby, let me buy this drink for you. And my name is such and such. My name is Bill. Mafia. And she's still looking at you, and he done already picked her up with all of the lines and stuff like that and say, okay, I got you. I'm going to set you up with all of the others, all of the other friends with drinks and stuff. So that is the situation. Although she was eyeing you at first, Bill made the move. You just sitting there smooth, you know? So that's just what's going on. It's cold-blooded, like Asmodeus said. But that's just what is going on.
So in essence, what you're basically saying is that the Jones family didn't like make enough of a push for Von Miller.
No. They had the drink in their hand. They had the 3-piece suit on. It was nice, you know. But they just watched. They just watched, you know. They just looked at each other. They didn't make the move. And what Von is saying basically, I would have hollered at that, right? But they never made the move. And I didn't want to appear to be desperate. Newsflash, there's many of fellas right now that's with someone that they could have been with someone else that's better or finer or prettier to the eye, what have you. But they never made the move. So they settled with someone else. But the one that was just looking at them and they looking at her, they didn't even make the move. Right? You got to make the move. Because she don't want to be desperate. Yeah. She didn't want to be desperate. Woo! Gotcha. Yeah, buddy. Boy, I can go on and on with this analogy, though.
Yeah. The other thing I'm wondering, we've obviously heard a lot of talk in the offseason about what we'll do, like, with our receivers, because obviously we traded Amari, and, like, CD is in his, like, third year, I think, now.
Yeah, CD is – look, this is the remarkable thing, JT, with this team. We got 2 guys that's being judged as 5th and 6th year veterans. One on both sides. One being CeeDee Lamb on the offense and Trayvon Diggs on the defense. People are already putting the onus on those boys as if they are veterans. And I love it, man. So that means that we got a big future in front of us. I love it.
Yeah, I can see that. I think the one thing that I'm worried about a little bit, and it's not necessarily something that we can't fix, but I really think we got to get to a point. And again, this is probably like a front office thing, right? But I think we just got to get more like veterans. Like I really think because our young guys are good. Like I really think that like within the next couple of years, like our young guys are really gonna grow and really become like, great players in this league. But I just don't think we have enough like veterans on the team because even Dak Prescott, who's one of our older players, he's like, 27? Like, he's still like a pretty young dude, too. And so I think we just need to go out. And, again, we've mentioned his name 1,000 times, but we need to go out and get a Donovan, too. Like, that's a name that we really – I'm surprised we haven't signed him already, Lon.
Oh, my goodness. Because we not reaching out to him. We literally – I promise you, the Cowboys front office, if I know for sure that they didn't reach out to Von – that they see Sue or they see other guys and they sitting there just chilling. And one thing, sometimes people tend to do that. They are in the same spot where other people with more money, right? But they look at it and say to themselves, man, since I pull up in an old beat up car, I don't have the new shoes or what have you, I don't have a chance of hollering at her, right? I don't have the confidence to reach out to her and to spit my game, to even say, well, baby, you know, I can't take you to Del Frisco's, but I can take you to Chili's. You know, they don't look at it that way. And she just looking for something genuine. She would love to have a Chili's date, a 2 for $25 deal. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's genuine. You don't have to roll out the red carpet for everyone, but you do have to spit a little bit. You know, you got to talk a little bit.
Right.
Well, this analogy just keep going, JT. I love it.
Yeah, it does. I feel you, though. I just think, like, the Cowboys – and again, it may not be, like, completely on the Joneses, but they do harbor some responsibility just because, like, when you're in a front office, like, you have to be able to know, not necessarily always, like, a recruiting pitch, but you have to know, like, what works for different people. Like, if you know what I mean? Yeah. And just because you may have a threshold as far as money that you're willing to spend, right? But you can come at it like, and I'm not saying to walk around with the brand and say, okay, with the Dallas Cowboys, you're going to get unbelievable sponsorship down the line. You can't say that all the time, right? You got to come in genuinely and say, hey, we really
would love to have your services here with this team. And we got Parsons that got unbelievable talent, and we don't want that to go to waste. And we would love to extract some of that good stuff that you bring to the table to help these guys out. Here's a deal that's on the table, man, and this is all we can give you for right now. But trust me, we got some crazy incentives that's involved with the Cowboys, and we would love to have you here to help this team out. We still a young team, but I think we need your services as it relates to experiences. I guarantee you a player will look at it and say, yeah, I'm ready for it. And then you can hit them with the counter and say, hey, we play the most primetime games, so you have your time to shine. Those are things that the Jones family is really missing out on as it relates to negotiating these players.
Yeah, I just think, honestly, like, if they can go out and at least get an Ndamukong Suh, like a guy
right.
who can, not only is he a veteran who's obviously proven a lot in this league, but somebody who can really just, because, again, we've said this a lot, we
right.
need an interior push. Like, we don't really have a reliable, like, not saying like we don't have like guys who could be good, but we don't have a guy that we know for sure can get us like really good pass rush up the middle. Like every great team has had that I know of. Some of the teams that have won the championship, they've had that interior push at some point, Lord.
Yeah, they do. And what we have is the potentials. We living off potential. Potentially, Osa could be that guy. Potentially, my guy Neville could be that guy. Potentially, Chauncey Goldston could be that guy. Those are all potentials.
Right.
But those are not solid. It's like when you play at spade and your partner say, hey, how many books you got? And you say, man, I got 2 in the push. Those are all pushes. They're not solid books.
Right.
Yeah. But I appreciate you, man, for calling in, JT. I thank you, man, for rocking with me, man.
That's up. Go Cowboys.
Yes, indeed, man. Good call from him, man. We got multiple other people that's waiting. And, man, I could run a whole 2-hour show with this guy throwing me the questions there, man, because these are things that we all know. And I don't want you guys to take my word loosely and say that the Cowboys will be trash without these guys. I'm quite sure that we can win 12-plus games, right? I'm quite sure that this team can do that and beat all of the teams in the NFC East. But I'm gonna tell you guys once again that when the pressure is tight and everything condenses, right? Who you gonna pull from? You see, the playoff brings that to the table. That's why Law been banging on the table. Go get somebody that's validated, that been there before. In 2014, I absolutely understood that, yeah, it was Dez that caught the ball, but we still had 1 minute and 38 seconds left on the clock. And even though they didn't count that as a touchdown, you still had opportunities to stop said Aaron Rodgers. There was nobody, absolutely nobody, on that defense that had levels of experiences. I encourage you guys to go back and watch that game. We had Orlando Scandrix out there on skates. We had another guy that's probably no longer in the league trying to cover. They didn't have any places that they can pull from, no other places. You people fail to realize when you pull from your resources, it's a resource. You need to have your source so that your resources can pull from. That's going to go over a lot of people's head. You got to have your source for your resources to pull from. But if you just said, I got my resources here, or my youth, they can't pull nothing from nobody. We never had those coaching staff to be able to be that difference maker. Now, this year, Cowboy Nation, hopefully, I'm using the word loosely too, that Dan Quinn could be that source that these guys can pull from. But still on the field, these guys need to be able to exemplify that. I got another caller in that's been waiting patiently. Is this Darius from the 214?
What's happening, big dog?
Nothing
Law
to it,
Nation.
fam. Appreciate you, bro.
Man, what's happening, man? I was calling because so I apologize in advance if you hear like beeping in the background. How my audio?
Yeah, man, you straight, man.
You good?
Man, you.
Okay. So I apologize in advance. We had just got this new house a couple years back, and all the fire alarms needed replacing, and some of them is in high places, so we can't get them. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations,
so I
though,
apologize
man.
for, I appreciate it.
On the house.
But yeah, so like in regards to Von Miller, I don't want to sound no type of way when I say this, but my partner actually went to school with Von. He stayed in DeSoto. You know, Von went to DeSoto, and Von come back to Dallas all the time. You know what I'm saying? And he, my partner was just saying how Von, this was Von's dream spot, and he said even when he was in Denver, Von always used to come back and used to say, eventually he wanted to end his career in Dallas. That's what my dog told me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't have no reason to feel like he lying, but I just kind of feel like, that. I don't think Von capping when he say that. I think he really did want to come to Dallas, but Stephen Jones' weak self actually didn't offer.
Didn't offer?
Actually, he actually didn't offer. You know what I'm saying? And he just said he's gonna do his due diligence. You know what I'm saying? And just that leads me to my next point with Stephen Jones. It's just like Stephen Jones is like one of those guys who got like a 700, 800 credit score, but they just got it. Like it's just there. Like he's like, my credit score 700, 800. Bro, what you doing with it?
What you doing?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the cap space. You know what I'm saying? That's the cap is his version of credit. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta leverage the credit to turn it into money. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you know a financial guy. I know you know something about this. So like you just can't sit on your good credit score. You got to do something with it.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. My second point is, and I got two more. This is my second point.
Go.
My second. Okay, so my second point was it's still so many like free agent gems, in free agency, like it's hidden ones. For example, Darren Waller, he didn't. I don't know if he got drafted or what, but Darren Waller was a free agent for the longest. He was just sitting there for the longest.
Is he? I thought he was under a contract though. I didn't think that he was on the open market. There's no way Darren Waller was on the open market.
But that's what I'm saying. But I remember seeing. I'm almost for sure that I seen Darren Waller just as a free agent for at least a couple years, and then all of a sudden the Raiders picked him up. And then he started balling out. I'm gonna check.
Yeah. Cross reference it for me, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna check again. And then it's another dude I know for sure, C.J. Uzomah, the tight end for the Bengals. I know for sure he was a free agent. You know what I'm saying, before the Bengals had picked him up. You know what I'm saying. And then I feel like it's this one guy by the name of J.J. Nelson. He a deep ball threat, and I really feel like he another one of those gems that's just sitting there. He had a stint with the Cardinals for a second, and so they let him go for whatever reason, but he was a baller, man. I feel like we can pick him up, you know what I'm saying? But that was that point. And my last point would have to be, so my brother is a Steelers fan, right?
Okay.
We go back and forth. We go back and forth like you and your brother.
Right.
You know.
Ooh, and he got one up on you too. Yeah.
Bro, the Steelers is the only one. The Steelers is the only team that can have something to say about the Cowboys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But So every time we talk, he always feel like I'm just super bipartial to the Cowboys. He can't take nothing in that I'm saying. When I'm telling him, bro, I'm an objective fan. I'm not just here like just sipping Kool-Aid. Like, so our argument was Trayvon Diggs versus Jalen Ramsey. And this is my question. This is my question to you, Lon, because I heard a dude, a caller called in, yesterday, talking about this topic, but. And Coach Marv, I want to know if you in the chat, if you in the call line waiting, I want to know your coach's opinion on this right here too. But what I'm about to say. So Trayvon Diggs versus Jalen Ramsey. Me personally, the Cowboys have been in a turnover dungeon. I call it we ain't been getting no picks at all.
Desolate.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, so Trayvon Diggs is a godsend to me. We used to pray for picks. Pray that somebody please get some interceptions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so what I was telling my brother, it was that, bro, I'm taking Trayvon. To me, Trayvon Diggs, he probably one of my favorite cornerbacks of all time. To me, I feel like it's Deion Sanders, it's Darrelle Revis, and Trayvon Diggs. Me personally, because I'm taking those 11 picks over Jalen Ramsey like shutdown rate. Because my brother was hitting me with the whole like, oh, Trayvon Diggs give up all these yards, and that's leading to touchdowns. And I was telling him like, bro, I'm gonna take them 11 picks all day, because you getting a pick. That's a pick more than half the season. You know what I'm saying? Like that's putting up. Like me personally, I'm just taking that all day. I just kind of want to know your opinion on that, Law Nation.
Well, Diggs is nice, man. This is what was his second year. I think that Diggs still has some things that he have to improve on. He's not that DB yet to me, right? But I can tell you, far as a Cowboys DB, he's up there already. But far as Jalen Ramsey and what he do in that particular system, coming out of college or what have you, playing for the Jaguars and just being that guy, I can tell you that Jalen has a very, very still promising future because of his flexibility and his physical aggressiveness and things like that. But give me Diggs too, but it's still, I got to see one more year out of Diggs. And I think that this year will be the year that really will tie in everything. He may not get 11 interceptions. I can see him getting 6 or 7. I can see that the Cowboys, Malik Hooker, don't y'all sleep on Malik. If he can fool around and extract some of Jason Witten's blood, man, it's going to be crazy if he can stay healthy. The Cowboys, far as the Trayvon Diggs slander of him giving up yards, I want you guys to understand this too, that Jalen Ramsey in his third season gave up more yards than Trayvon Diggs did last season. It's just the fact that Trayvon Diggs played with the silver and blue on, right? And he had 11 interceptions, and they had to figure out ways to downgrade the kid. I truly think, give it time and don't spoil it yet. Trayvon Diggs is good, but he's not better right now than what we had out of Terrence Newman. You remember him?
Oh, man, trash. Oh, let me not
say
trash.
Wait a minute. No. You're a DB guy. Come on. Yeah, come on, man. Look. Terrence Newman. He did have 5. Did he have 5 or 4 interceptions in one season? He was very solid. He was solid with us, man. He was solid, bro. I get it. But he was old, though. He was old. He came into the team old, but he was fast, solid, and he just came in the dark days. Can you imagine Terrence Newman in this system? It would have been crazy, man. Oh, man, some of the people look, man, come on. Y'all wrong, man. So many people said he's trash. Look, y'all need to go back and look at T. New film, baby.
I'm telling you, I swear, bro, so one day I was working. I'm going to say this last one. One day I was working, and I had seen the NFL Network, like a replay of what you call the Dark Days with Tony Romo. I just want to throw up just even looking at it. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, it was a game where we was playing against the Giants, I think. And Eli, on the comeback route, Eli threw the ball right to Terrence Newman. Terrence Newman had perfect form on this pass. Man, this man dropped the ball. I'm like, get this trash. I can't even watch it no more.
It was a combination of a lot of things, man, that people will sully T New's name. But I would tell you this though. Trayvon Diggs got this year to change my mind, right? He got this year for me to elevate him over T New. And that's all I will say. But I get it. People don't like T New, but it is what it is, man. But we did have number 1, top 1, top 2, top 3 defenses some of the years that he played on his team.
Okay.
Fam. But what else you got for the show before I let you go, man?
Man, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's all love, and I can't tell you enough, Law, how much I rock with you. I love you to the end of the earth, man. And I'll get up with you soon. Whether it's just in day-to-day life or at one of those Cowboys experiences, man. All love, man.
Darius, man.
Keep turning up. Keep your foot on these folks' neck. You gonna be beat. You gonna be beat.
I appreciate you so much, fam. Thank you for calling in, bro.
All right.
That's a good call from him, man. Oh my gosh, man. I'm gonna have to do a throwback film session on T-New, and it have to be when the moment is right. Right now, it's too dead of an off season for me to do the T-New film session, but I'm gonna do one this year, and I appreciate those who subscribe to this channel and giving the donation. We got a whole bunch of people and the call lines, so bear with me. I'm gonna get with you guys, but let me answer some of these donations. Landlord from Alabama. What's happening? Von Miller would have been a perfect replacement for Randy, but don't sleep on Fowler. I got you, fam. I'm not sleeping on Fowler, man. We're not going to sleep on Fowler. I really think that Fowler will get to this level of what he did for the L.A. Rams in 2019. He had 11 and a half sacks that year. Shout out to you, Weaver, for subscribing. Jay Versick says, Dan Quinn has been to the Super Bowl in his second year on every team he been on. I'm not sleeping on that as well. I agree, Law. We need someone in here that have been here before in big moments. Yup. Oh, we do. Sadiqua, shout out to you for the $10 donation. She says, Law, I pray you and your family is doing well. Please let the chat room know to hit that like button. We have 360 in here and only 124 likes. DJ, you're live. It's 336. Is this DJ? Could be someone else. My bad. 336, you're live.
This is Darian.
Oh, this is Darian. Okay, what's good with you, man? Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Law, man? It's good to hear from you, man.
Man, it's all good.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying, I love your show, man. I love how you talk. And you, especially you, Vach, you know what I'm saying, everybody.
Did you say Vach? As in Vach Lombardi?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Him.
Lombardi, yep.
A to Z Sports, Skywalker,
yep.
Still, and all of those guys.
All y'all.
Big Game, James,
Definitely.
Boss, all of us, man.
Of course, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Cowboys family too. You know what I'm saying? I listen and I watch all y'all videos.
Low key, we got the best community of all in all of sports. In all of sports. I don't think there's a basketball, a hockey, baseball. Look, the Cowboys community, and we all rock with each other, man. What you got for this one, man?
That's the funny thing about it, though.
Yes, indeed.
Right. One thing I wanted to say before we start is that everybody you just mentioned, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all know there is between, like, a real Cowboys fan and there's delusional Cowboys fans. I said that to Vach back a long time ago when I talked on his show. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got our real Cowboys fans that, like, speak the real, and we got the delusional ones that just out there. And that's what y'all are. That's the real Cowboy fans that speak the truth and let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Because we got our fans out there that just, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying, all this and everything that. And they don't listen to the real Cowboy fans that speaking the truth. Because they want to hear all the fake stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I love about y'all, what y'all do.
Yeah, man. We try to do our thing, man. I'm not right all the time, but man, it's passion.
Exactly.
It's passion, man, and I believe people come here even when I'm wrong. They be like, man, yeah, man. We all here love you, man. Y'all love me, man. Y'all got me crying, man. But what's good, man? What's good, man? What you got for the show, man?
Yo, man, I just wanted to, like, call up here, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been hearing especially all your videos and everything. Like I said, like you just speak so much real. You know what I'm saying? I love that, and that's what we need to hear.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't want to hear what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear all this crazy stuff. But like, let's get down to business. Like you know what I'm saying? All right, if it's when we already know it comes down for the Jones about being money. You know what I'm saying? You know they tight, man.
They tight, man.
They don't want to spend that bread. They don't want, and every Cowboys fan should know that, and they know that. They don't want to spend that money. They don't want to go out there, you know what I'm saying, and get like a free agent veteran, just like all the other callers said. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go out there and they don't want to spend that money. They want it's up to me. It's okay, all right, to have the good young people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all right, because obviously, we got them on like the rookie contracts and everything, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But obviously to bring someone in, experienced, that knows what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And teach them as they go and mentor them as they come up, you know what I'm saying?
doubt.
And then they work together.
Yeah.
But like we always say, it comes down to money. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that the Joneses don't want to do.
Right.
And it's always been like that. All the time. It's always been like that. You know what I'm saying? We can go back to, like, you know what I'm saying, drafting. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could throw up as many draft picks that are superstars right now that we missed on. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say T.J. Watt. I'm sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? So we could just, you know what I'm saying, his brother too. And obviously, you know, you think back at the draft that we couldn't get JJ back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But everything, it comes down to Jones money-wise. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and then they're trying to be all pretty. It's like you're just saying. You're in the cut. You're in the corner. You see that girl looking at you, and you looking at her too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she keeps looking at you. She's giving you the signs like, okay, come over and talk to me, but you think you're too cool. You think you're too cool. I'm too good for her.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm too good for her. So,
you know what I'm saying? I ain't wearing my favorite jacket. You know, you even, you know.
Exactly, man.
You know, I didn't vacuum my car out. But, man, you inside the club now, man. You got to at least say.
And then you missed your.
Yeah. You got to at least throw your game. You got to at least throw your line at her, man, you know.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Or something. And then that's it. And you missed your chance right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then that's just how I think about it, man. And that's just like, you know what I'm saying, especially as we all know, man, like especially with the Jones, they gotta every what is it, every free agent that we're looking at now, what we trying to give them the vet minimum now, you know? Like they trying to give them the little bit, you know what I'm saying, to save that little much money that they have. You know what I'm saying? But then and it is crazy though. We actually got a lot of cap room. You know what I'm saying?
We do.
Yeah, and people don't really realize that we do got a lot of cap room. You know what I'm saying? To actually go out there and get them, and it's just mind blowing, man. It is.
It's the Cowboys' way at this point, and it's one of those things where it's trust and believe that there is the unknown, right? There is a factor that somebody that we didn't draft it can give us unbelievable results, right? But two things that's going to go up against them. They never played in the biggest and the brightest stages, right? And there would not be that benefit of the doubt type of factor, right? There would not be like, hey, you know, maybe there was a pass interference or maybe there was a hole. No, you don't get that. And those are things that I got to tell you guys, that the NFL is the NFL, and people will give Aaron Donald a little leeway and say, yeah, he was held flag, you know, and he have that ability to reach out to other guys to help him out along his way. That's the bottom line.
You're right.
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you for calling in, fam. Go ahead.
No problem,
get a good point out, man. What you got?
Another thing is that you know what I'm saying, that I love about you, that you know what I'm saying, like, as we always hear about, you know what I'm saying, especially being our delusional Cowboys fans, you know what I'm saying, like, even when we get a signing, you know what I'm saying, because it's not that big a name, everybody throws it, you know what I'm saying, under the radar, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying, like you just said, don't sleep on them, man, you know what I'm saying, like the Fowler signing, you know what I'm saying, everybody saying it's not like a good signing or anything, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know, let's give it a chance.
Yep.
Let's see what he's about. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not that big name. What they kills me just a lot of Cowboy fans is because we don't go out there and get that big name. You know what I'm saying? People go around being, oh man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing's not good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like from what I hear a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because like, but just being a Cowboy fan, man, it's just crazy. It kills me. I hear you talk about it all the time. Like you said, don't sleep on them. You know what I'm saying?
Don't sleep on them.
And with being a Cowboy, that's what comes with being a Cowboy fan, a real one. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Just let them. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta let them play. We gotta let them play. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can't stand about it is that the Cowboy fan is that we just put stuff out there like already before it's even done. Like we say, oh man, they're gonna get this, that, and that, but we didn't get on the field yet. You know what I'm saying? Like let them work on the field and let's do that, and then we can say, oh damn, you know what I'm saying? They did great and everything.
Appreciate you, man, so much, Darian, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man, for calling in.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for your for giving me the flowers, man. I'm gonna water them. Appreciate you, man. That's my guy, man, Darian. All right, so what I'm saying is, and he have a great point on, you got to at least see what you got, and I believe that that's the philosophy that the Cowboys are rolling with. They waiting for this training camp to go all the way through, and then they're gonna realize, hey man, this dude can't catch nothing, man. This dude got hands of parquet. Then they'll probably go back into it. Or if a certain, knock on some wood, if an injury or something like that, then they'll go to it, right? So the off season is long, and I'm not saying that the guys that's available now, like the Sue, the Sheldon Richardson, or whatever his name is, I don't think that they dismissing that, but at least warm up the conversation with a phone call, and that's what we didn't get a chance to see for Von Miller. Case in point, let me pull up Von Miller from last season. 9 sacks, 30 solos, 7 assists. Did we have somebody on the opposite side of the field to give us 9 sacks? And you know what? The craziest thing of it all, we crying about Randy Gregory, who didn't play every game last season. I get it. He had 6 sacks and about 37 pressures, right? If my memory served me correct. This dude had 60 pressures last season, 8 hits, 43 hurries. Hurries, baby. This Von Miller. But let me say this. Let me swing it over to Floyd. 38 solos, 12 sacks. Right now, if we had a guy that was on this team with 12 sacks outside of Parsons, boy, we would have been having flames and pitchforks all around. So I'm like, hey, man, pay the man, Jones family. What y'all doing? And let me slide down because this is just as valuable, Cowboy Nation, as sacks. 58 pressures. 58 pressures. 33 stops. 41 hurries. That's putting a lot of stress on the quarterback, the opposing team. Right? What are we doing here? And let me just bring this up for the cherry on the top. Aaron Donald, 15 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 49 solos from the interior. But let me slide down to the pressure. We ain't going to talk about all of this blue stuff. 86 pressures, 10 hits, 61 hurries, 49 stops. I can't make this stuff up. I'm the one banging on the table saying defense wins what? Y'all can put that down in the chat. But let me just pull this up for you guys right quick. Let me just type in LA Rams, and I'm going to let you guys see with your natural eyes who had the number 1 defense in the National Football League. I wonder why, Pressure had the same record, 12-5, right? But the number one defense in the National Football League, pressure, that front. Let me let this guy jump in. Anonymous, man, you live. Let me see. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Anonymous, you live.
Oh shit, Lord.
Yeah, what's good?
Going on, man? This is Deontay from Kansas, bro.
Okay, what's good, man? You know, it just shows up anonymous on my phone. So
yeah, my phone called from the work phone.
I feel you, man. Talk to me,
Yeah,
man.
Age-old saying since I graduated in '95.
Okay.
We wore shirts that said, "Offense win games, defense win championships." Period. Point blank.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just watched this thing about Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Now everybody's worried about us getting some experience on the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Two things to that. One, Tyson was how old when he won the title?
No, he was young. He was a young bull, man. In his 20s, I believe. You're young.
Like 18.
Oh wow, 18. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. See,
Yeah, I believe he was 18. He was 14. He was fighting grown men, 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the heart.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what I learned. Tyson got a bunch of specials that you need to watch, but he talk about that hunger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he worked out too. He worked out like an animal. And I watched one documentary. He said he was always the biggest guy in the class, even though when people walk in, the parents or what have you, they thought that he was the teacher because he was so doggone big. You know.
Yes, but the thing is, Tyson had that dog in him.
Yeah.
Now we got some cats, like you said. We wait. Everybody's jumping the gun. Let's wait till training camp.
True.
Wait till training camp and let's see which one of these boys step up. Then after training camp, then we can assess our needs. Then if you need some experience, I mean, I saw the tape of T.O. racing Tyreek.
Yeah.
Go grab T.O. and Dez. If nothing else, they window dressing.
I saw that too, man. But that's on the open field, man, without zone coverages and somebody coming down the field. I feel exactly what you're saying, getting off the jam, because with that same tape, I saw a guy, T.O. walked over there. Cause you know, I graduated JSU, you know, and one of those JSU DBs kind of locked T.O. down. I said, "Whoa, T.O." I bet you that doggone kid was feeling like he on cloud 9, but the quarterback kind of threw the ball kind of crazy, but he got him. But man, he would never let that go. I shut down T.O., you know, so I can only imagine how,
that's the claim to fame.
You know,
That's the claim to fame.
Yeah.
And now Jerry, what they did with Von Miller, like you said, they had a chance. They were sitting there being, playing it cool. Devin the Dude got a song called Too Cute.
Too cute. Oh, wow.
I was going to holler at you, but I thought she thought you was too cute.
Yeah.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm all in with the boys. Everybody from Jerry on down need to let them hang. Period.
Let them hang, man. You ain't lying.
And we keep forgetting about Ridgeway.
Well, he gonna have to do more than let it hang with Ridgeway. He's gonna have to find his ground, and sometimes with those young interior defensive linemen, it take a couple of years for them to make their noise be heard. But hey, we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League, right?
Exactly. All we got to do is catch fire.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is the thing. Like I said before, the Cowboys been lacking pressure and sacks from the interior. Right. And if we think a guy that was drafted in the later rounds is going to give us 6 to 7 sacks from the interior, or even 3 or 4, it'll be far stretch. And I'm not putting limitations on this guy, But then that would be us. That would be me trying to lie to kick it to you, and I ain't finna do that.
Oh, I already know. You one of the realest and keep it 1,000 all the way through. That's why I mess with you.
I appreciate
you
that.
Understand what I'm saying? I mean, hands down, you a pioneer in this whole what they want to call new media, or whatever it is. But you a pioneer. You understand what I'm saying? I sit here and I look at other teams, other Green. I got Green Bay fans, and I'm like, where's y'all people giving the report? I got Law. I listen to Law every day. Who you listening to? ESPN?
Yeah, they listen to the 3-letter, 4-letter network, or somebody with big money backing. That put sponsor dollars all around it. But it is what it is, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in, fam.
One thing, I put the stats in there about T. Noon. He is not trash. He came from Kansas State.
Get him, man.
10 interceptions, 5 of them coming in his senior year. Okay? He wasn't trash. Like you said, he got a little old, but he was not trash.
Yeah. That's my guy, man, T. New.
And just for everybody wanting to sit here and talk about Trayvon Diggs and Lamb, the fact that they even talking about him like they've been in the league for 5 years, that lets you know the talent that we got.
No doubt, man. No doubt at all.
I mean, that's the fact. Every day they've had something about Dallas in their mouth.
No doubt, man. And that's Big D. Man, I appreciate you, man. I'm going to let you go.
Right,
appreciate you. That's my guy right there, man. Hey, Cowboy Nation. Man, we're going to roll through these, man. I'm going to make sure if you on the phone line, and the phone line is longer than Shaq feet right about now, we got a lot of people in here. So if you in here, lock in, because get your points across. Let's get it out. Look, let's keep it to like 2-3 minutes. Let me know if you're a first-time caller, long-time listener, or let me know if this your first rodeo or whatever it may be. Or even if you disagree, let me know, man, if you disagree or things like that. And I'm here, man. You know, this should be a family conversation, right? But let's get it. I got my guy Tyreek from the 585 keeping it live, man. You live over here, bro.
Hey, what's going on, Law Nation, Cowboy Nation, stand up, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Hey, man, all I want to say is this. This is what I'm saying. Terrence Newman was kind of trash, bro.
Oh, man, come on, man.
Just like Claiborne. Claiborne was trash.
No. T-New was way better than Claiborne now.
In the beginning. But towards the middle,
injuries,
nah, he was trash, bro. He was getting burnt too out there. Him and Williams, they was getting burnt back there a little bit. But he had his good moments. I can't say he was all the way trash, but
wait a minute,
he kind of got trash.
Wait a minute. There's trash. You can't be either you're trash or you're not. He was
an eye in the beginning, but towards the middle and the end, he got trashed. So I can't put him on the same level as Claiborne, because Claiborne is way more trash than him.
So hold on.
You know
So if it's a visual aspect, Tyreek, if it's a visual aspect, Claiborne was inside the trash can. T-New was that trash that kind of fell on the outside but didn't make it inside the trash can. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he didn't make it all the way in. He fell off the rim and fell back down on the floor. So you know
who's better? Who's better right now, T-New or Byron Jones?
To me, I like the Byron.
Boy.
I like the Byron. He probably didn't get as many picks as him, but he can shut down the whole side though. That's what I liked about him.
Oh man!
And I wish we'd never let him go to Miami. But that's besides the point. Huh?
I ain't gonna fight you right now on that, man. But what you got on this modern day topics, man?
My whole thing like this about give me Trey Diggs, man, because this guy he's gotten better every year in that position. He hasn't played the position long as a person like Ramsey. You know what I mean? And I can't believe I never seen him get burnt as bad as Ramsey, right, and as many times as Ramsey has gotten burned. Because Ramsey has gotten burned even in that Super Bowl game. He got threw to the side like a rag doll.
Yeah,
and that Cowboy Ram game, he held Gallup.
Yeah,
that should have been a pass interference, not an offensive pass interference. The referees gave him that.
Yeah.
So I don't look at that dude as all that. He's okay. I like Ramsey because he came from Florida State, and that's one of my favorite college teams. But far as Diggs, give me Diggs all day. Give me those picks, because picks and turnovers, that changes momentums of games, and that could put your team in a better position. And I don't know how many pick sixes Ramsey got, but I almost bet he don't have as many as Trey Diggs. And people keep talking about his yardage. You're going to give up yards if you're taking chances to get turnovers. Yeah. And like one of the callers said, we was praying for a turnover machine for years on this team. So all I got to say as far as that, I think we're going to be all right. I understand Von Miller wanted to come to this team, but, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Stevens in control everything. And my thing is like this: if we get punched in the mouth early, look for some moves to be made during the season. Yeah. So I can't give Steve a little bit of credit for that.
So instead of being proactive, we retroactive.
Yeah. Because we still got to give it a little bit of time, because everybody's going to start training camp around the same time, and we don't know who's going to get cut. We don't know any of these young dudes on these other teams going to start taking some of these veteran dudes' positions. And some of these veteran dudes going to be out here to get snatched up off of other teams, or be snatched up that's going to be cut.
Tyreek, you know what it is? I got to go back to my analogy. This is going to run this whole theme for the day. You know, when you go out to the spot, you in the club, and then you chilling. You may had that one that looked at you the whole entire time, and someone else scooped her up. So it ended up now the lights on, right? And they telling you to get out. And you sitting in the parking lot. And the stragglers that's left over, you say, hey, Sabo, you that guy. That's what the Cowboys are. We the person that's in the parking lot chilling on the side of our car with the boom bass beating and what have you, with our fresh outfit. We didn't holler while we was inside, but we hollering at the one or two that's walking out of the club that's stumbling. That's who the Cowboys are right about now.
Yeah, because the last, I'm going to land this plane and I'm up out of here. Everybody got to kind of remember that Von Miller and Odell Beckham did not come to that team early in the game, early in the year. They came to that team in the middle of the season when they needed more people, more assets to get them over that hump. That's when them dudes got pulled over to the Rams, and especially when Woods got hurt. That's why Odell came over to the Rams. We can't forget that. And
no, Tyreek. Your order is wrong.
Okay.
Odell got there before Robert Woods got hurt. That's what happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he got there and snapped up. And that's why I say, you know, some people will say that's luck, but, you know, that's when preparations meet opportunity. But it's also, it's a situation whereas it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. The Rams were prepared. Sure. They was just prepared. You see, now the Cowboys, we retroact, meaning that if one of our wide receivers go down, then we will start demanding, say, hey, DK, man, we give you 2 firsts now to come over here since our wide receiver is down. Or if we don't have the best record in our division starting off, then they would start looking around and calling and picking up the phone for somebody to come help this team out when they could have been proactive versus being retro. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, but you know, Stephen Jones he don't rock like that. He want to do it the way he want to do it. Yeah. He not Jerry. He not gonna go out on a limb like that. Yeah. Unless the fans get to talking junk and we get to losing. That's when that dude. That's the only time I ever seen that dude get proactive. Yeah. And get ready to get rid of some picks. Is when we started losing, and he like, the money ain't looking right. We got to do something. Because Jerry looking now, he doing the Birdman hand rub over in the corner, looking at Steven like, I ain't feeling this now. Yeah, fix it.
Yeah.
So
but Steven saying, nah, Pops, man, just wait till the lights cut on, and when the music drop, then we'll be able to catch those stragglers. You know.
Yeah, he loves catching them stragglers.
But baby, I appreciate you, Tyreek. Appreciate you, baby, calling
All right, man.
No disrespect to the ladies that's here, but there's always a different kind of caliber of women that you'll pick up at the nightclub. That's all I'm saying. So if you still there when the lights are on and you stumbling up out of there, ladies, it could be that you are in the stragglers, category, and Smooth with the too much cologne that you can smell before you even arrive is rubbing his hands like this because you are already to that degree that you saying, hey, I'll go ahead and take the deal to go ahead and ride in the whip, and the rest is history. 562, what's new?
What's the deal, Law? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, man. I can't complain.
I can feel it. Man, well, first of all, let me start off with this. You said between Terrence Newman and Byron Jones, I'm going with T. Newman.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going with T. Newman. Yeah, I get it. Byron, he was a lockdown. I mean, he wasn't locked. He was a ball batter. Put
it like this. The biggest problem with the Cowboys with Byron is when they played and put him at safety, right? They should have kept him at DB. I think that I will be having a whole different type of conversation with this. But Byron Jones is pretty good DB. The biggest play that he gave up the last time I saw him in the Cowboys blue, a lot of people fail to realize is N'Keal Harry. When he scored that touchdown in the monsoon, he gave up that touchdown. I was like, come on, how you let a rookie? But that's a story of a different day.
I was going to go back to when he gave up that play to Jared Cook against the Packers. That sealed it for me. I'm like, dude, you suck.
But here's the thing. Go back and watch that play. Watch the play before that drive. He played press. He locked Cook down, took him away. Byron was never good in zone coverage to me. So in zone, he gave up too much space underneath, and Cook cooked him. And trust me, all he had to do, you ever played that, I want to say, not Need for Speed, but it was the game where everybody goes shooting and robbing everybody. I want to say Grand Theft Auto. Hey. And old boy said, damn it, CJ, all you had to do, it was on the train. I kept losing on, damn it, CJ. Yeah, the train. All I could think of is Byron Jones. All he had to do is press Cook, knock him, give him some love off the LOS, and that play would never exist.
Never existed.
Yeah, but go ahead, man. Go ahead. I took all of your time, man, talking about that one little play.
Yeah, get that out, man. So it's like I think the topic right now is like, is it Ramsey or Diggs? I'm gonna go with Diggs. I still don't. I'm not. What's that conversation? Ramsey said he plays in phase, he plays out of phase.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
The best example of playing in phase and out of phase is if you go back and look at the Keenan Allen interception. I would show it, but the NFL own all claims of that video. Even on the All 22, I can't show you guys my Diggs interceptions because the NFL is greedy. But if you go back and watch that was him playing in phase. He's pretty much got a vibe or a feel. You want to get close to the wide receiver, right? Okay. And you're still looking at the quarterback. It's only a handful of guys that can play like that the entire game, and Trayvon Diggs is that type of guy, and I believe that comes from his wide receiver situation where he used to play wide receiver, and he got a good vibe because he went up against his brother for majority of his lifetime. So when he playing in phase, he's looking to jump that route. He's looking to take that underneath away, even though it's an over route. So what a lot of people fail to realize, that is a very difficult task. And a lot of people don't catch interceptions on Keenan Allen, by the way, I think Keenan Allen, this is off topic, but I think that he is the most underrated wide receiver in the National Football League.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's underrated.
Yeah, Joker underrated.
Yeah. You said Von Miller wanted to come to the Cowboys or whatnot.
Big
that would have been
facts.
cool. But if he would have came to the Cowboys, will we still drafted Sam Williams?
Yeah, you still go with your plan of drafting best player available or the best player that's on the board at the time. Just think about this. Von Miller is not a long-term or long stay. Nor is Dante Fowler if you really contextualize everything. You still do your same thing. And I think that you still figure out ways to let the cream rise to the top. And if Von Miller is that guy to do that, then do it. Look, like I said, they still had Von Miller, Floyd. They had another guy, I want to say, that the Rams had as well that was pretty young. But they didn't let that stop them. They continue to better their craft, and the Cowboys need to look at that same philosophy.
Gotcha. Now, my thing is, we have, Dante Fowler. Do you think he'll produce, I would say, better than what we got with Dante? Was it Dante Poe?
Poe?
Yeah, Poe. Like, will they still, what's the word I'm looking for? Will the turnout be better than when we grabbed those other free agents? So I think Jerry's still scarred by them three. Was it Dante Poe?
Yeah,
McCoy.
Poe. Outside of McCoy got injured, right? And the Cowboys had some clauses in the contract already that knew that he had issues with his knee or what have you, and that's why they kind of like didn't fall on the sword with that injury. But far as Poe, he was 380 pounds, right? Out of shape. A guy that was really didn't have anything the previous year. Think of it. We had Antoine Woods, who was our quote-unquote big guy at the time. And it was in between Woods or Poe. And Woods, 306, 5'11", 5'10". You know, I met Woods. He ain't that tall of a guy. He was just wide, right? And we was looking at it like that was a philosophy change. But there was so much terraforming going on. You know, when you terraform a team, there will be brand new ideas, brand new concepts that I believe that the team collectively rejected everything that Mike, whatever his name was what was his name? The other defensive coordinator, I forgot his name. Mike Nolan, yeah. There was so much terraform going on that everybody didn't buy in to what they was doing. Remember, Jalen Smith came out and spoke out and said it's too difficult for this defense to pick up. It's too many nuances going on. And I just believe that was a major problem. The defensive coordinator never won the room. And that was the main problem. But I don't see Fowler being in the same room as Dontario Poe.
Okay.
I don't see that.
Gotcha.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, man, I appreciate the call. You know, I listen to you all the time. I just can't wait to see you out there in Oxnard, man, training camps.
Man, I'll be there, man. Let's get it, bro. Appreciate you.
I'm going to try to get the 707, at least get an autograph by.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling in, bro.
Enjoy.
All right, good call from him, man. 24/7 Cowboys says, Lord, you got me thinking of those HBCU parties from the South Carolina State. Yeah. Cuffing those big girls, yeah. Took care of you, bro. Lord, yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you 24/7. Yeah, nothing wrong with the big girls, man. Shout out to the big girls. And 972, you live. 972. I think you called in twice. This 972. You live.
Hello?
Yeah, what's good, man? Talk to me, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm at work.
Nah, you good, man. You good.
Yeah. I just want to ask you one question, and I'm gonna hang up, and I'm going to get back into the live. I wanted to ask you about Anthony Barr. How do you think he will fit in our defense?
I think that you will play him still at outside linebacker. And then you'll flex him down at the mic as well. He got flexibility to play everywhere on there. I think that he will bring in a pedigree of aggressiveness, some coverage ability. He had 3 interceptions last season, 3 sacks. I think that he already knows George Edwards, and I think that he will fit right on in. He will challenge LVE for that spot or that playing time. And even if they go nickel, you can still put him in the middle, still keep J. Ron to play that big nickel, and put Parsons on that edge. I think that setup and that suit will look better. So hear me out, even if you put Anthony Barr in as a 2-down linebacker, it would be better than what we have already right now. In my opinion.
Okay. Well, hey man, like I love your channel. I love everything, man. Like you're a real one. You show is a real one, man. With those freaking the one about the player.
What'd you say?
I'm talking about that club analogy, man.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Man, that one had
because I know some fellas can relate, man. You be like, man, Shamika was over there. The whole time, man. I just didn't. I want to have a half a tank of gas, man. I know she's still on the north side, and she smooth driver Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? And he come right on in, and he just scoop her up, even though he had the lazy eye. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people, man, they doubt themselves when she feeling you, but you got to make that move, man. You know.
But that's all I wanted, man.
Appreciate
y'all,
you, man.
Have a good day, and just like I said, man, like I love your channel. Just keep doing you, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Man, y'all thinking
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
y'all think I'm crazy, man. She eyeing you the whole time, right? And you just got to get up and go over there and talk to her. You think it just because you only got a few dollars in your pocket, you can't buy her no drinks. You buy her the conversation. You know what? Believe it or not, the pretty girls can contest to this. Sometimes they are the most lonely ones out there. They are the lonely ones because nobody is even trying to holler at them. They the lonely ones. Ain't that right? I got the 910, you in.
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it. Talk to me.
I can understand that last part of that analogy you just made. Hell, I used to sit by the wall all the time waiting for somebody.
Right. You be like, man, why these fellas not even approaching me? You sitting on the wall looking all pretty with your girlfriends, and they don't even want to go talk to you, because they're scared.
Yeah, it's not like I'm conceited or whatever, but I ain't no booger wolf, and I know I look good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
with your stilettos on it.
Yeah, I wear a stiletto. My mama's a thief.
Oh my gosh.
So I haven't been able to listen to the whole thing, Law, because I'm working at another place and they have terrible reception.
Okay.
So if it's all right, I just have a couple of things that I want to say. One is in reference to Dak. I'm not a real big Tom Brady fan. As a matter of fact, I'm not a Tom Brady fan at all with his cheating ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if Dak would take on some of his, persona, which I felt like Tom Brady, he was like in charge of the offense. Even though he had an OC, it was like he took charge and control when he was out there on that football field.
Right.
And, so that means that if Tom Brady thought that something was not good for them to play at that time, Tom Brady would take over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like I need for Dak to do that a little bit more because he wants to play what the OC say a little bit too much for me.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that's out there on the field, and so he sees what's going on. So sometimes he needs to take it upon himself to do what's best.
Yeah.
And as far as CeeDee Lamb, I need CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the players to take on that same tenacity and hard work and everything else that they did to get into the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, because when they were in the college, they bust their butt and they played their butts off in order to make it where they are now. So I need them to do the same thing, have that same drive to get to the Super Bowl, and then from the Super Bowl to those Yellow Jackets. I know they ain't coming to NFL just to get the money, and if they came in here just to get the money, they need to leave from the Dallas Cowboys. That's all I feel about that.
Man, you're right on the money with that. I have no rebuttal to that. And
you know,
but you talking about being a dog nasty type of person, right? Tom Brady,
dog nasty.
He let him hang because what happened? He was dating a whole other chick, right? I think he had her pregnant and everything.
Yeah.
But when Giselle came, the billionaire playgirl model, whatever she is, a model, what have you, top in the world, what have you, he said, well. Yeah. This is the opportunity for me to go hunting. I'm going to get off of this porch and say, baby, I like you, but I'm going to fall in love with her. He went after what he wanted, you know. So I don't know if Dak Prescott got that type of dog nasty mentality, you know, to say, hey, I'm going to go after what I want. But hopefully somehow Dak Prescott can manage and get things done his way.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had. No, and one more thing, sweetheart.
Talk to me.
Have we addressed the run stopping the run very much? I don't hear too much talked about that.
This is the thing. With stopping the run, we will not know until week 2, week 3, because you're not able to do anything in the preseason. Well, in the season. Well, in the off season, I meant to say. In the preseason, you really can't tell because you only have 3 preseason games, and your dress rehearsal game would not be into the second game, I believe. And I don't think that they will give us a full 3 series. I think they're going to give us probably 2 or 3 series. So you really don't know until the season go about. We can talk about the expectations of stopping the run, but we would not know until the season kick off. That's unfortunately the thing right there.
Well, that's all I had, Law. And I wanted to say, how about them Cowboys? And I need them to F them up, let it swing so they can hang.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you so much for calling in. Let them hang, baby. Let it swing. She's right, man. And we don't know. We were 23rd against the run last season, anywhere around that area. And we can talk about Gallimore. We can talk about Osa. We can talk about the linebackers that we got, as well as Watkins, Carlos Watkins. We can talk about those boys. But until the season kick off, that's when we would know whether or not we address with the guys that we got, that they have the ability to stop the run, because we're dealing with the area of the unknown. We are, unfortunately. I appreciate everybody for jumping in. I got some more people that's been waiting here patiently. I thought I saw Uncle Charles. He must ran off. I must have had people on the phone too long. But neither here nor there. I got the 281. You live. My God.
What's going on, big dog?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me.
Man, I hear these young cats talking about Terrence Newman and he was trash, man. 2003 was my favorite season for sentimental reasons. Okay. And as a rookie, they threw him out in the fire as a starting cornerback to take on the other team's number 1 receiver, because our number 2 cornerback was Mario Edwards, and we had the number 1 ranked defense that year. Terrence Newman hit the ground running. And he was a good cornerback for his whole career. He never had more than 5 picks in the season, but, you know, he still played. He was good. Now, Byron Jones had a higher ceiling, I would say. I don't know if you remember that. I know you remember that 2018 game when Byron Jones took Michael Thomas out of the game that Thursday night. You know, that's something that you just don't do. Byron
at that
Jones
time,
had a higher ceiling, but Terrence Newman was a solid-ass corner. And that was Bill Parcells' first pick, you know, as a coach for the Dallas Cowboys. But as far as free agency, you're right. We're going to wait till training camp, see what we got. I'm not really worried about the run game or the defense, Dan Quinn is dialing up his magic potion.
Right.
Neville Gallimore and OC, they're going to take that next step. All these, we are so young. Who do we have that's over 30? We got Ty Smith and Zach Martin that's 31. We got Tank Lawrence that's 30. And the punter who's over 30. Besides that, who's over 30?
No one, really. Yeah.
So young. So young, and we got so much talent across the board. Philly can be paper champions this all season all they want to. They can wear that paper crown because that paper crown isn't worth no paper. It's worth, they can wear it until week 1, until week 6 when we burn down that link. So this young defense is going to be a top 5 defense. I'm telling you, top 5 defense, especially with Dan Quinn under year 2, him doing what he's doing. And our offense is going to revert back to run first because that's what works best. I mean, our record under the Prescott era when we rush for a $125 plus is nuts.
Yeah.
And with
run that
Smith,
ball. Mm-hmm.
With Tyler Smith, taking over where 52 was, 52 didn't have enough ass to take on the big defensive tackle.
Yeah.
And he was rated the best, run blocker in the draft. And Terrence Steele is an upgrade over a loss to Lyle Collins. So we got to upgrade on two areas on the offensive line. And we're going to run the ball, and that's going to set up the pass. And CeeDee Lamb is going to show what 88 is all about, 88 for life. I always say that, 88 for life.
Mm-hmm.
Amari Cooper was not an alpha 1, number 1 receiver. He was a number 1 receiver, but he was an alpha 1, like Dez or T.O. or Michael Irvin. You got to have the alpha 1 mentality. He was a 1, but he wasn't an alpha 1, if you know what I'm saying. I think CeeDee Lamb's got the attitude to be that alpha number 1. I love Dez, man. He was my favorite receiver because of his attitude and his swag, and he showed it on the field until, he just didn't have it anymore. But, we're going to have a good season and just let everybody talk and do what they want to do. We're going to stay quiet because loudest man in the room is the weakest man in the room. Who said that? Frank Lucas, right? Yeah. Loudest man in the room is the weakest. So let Miles Sanders say they got an all-star team all day. They got an all-star team all day. Let them say that. We're going to be quiet. We're going to do what we do. And then come September, Tom Brady's going to have his first loss to the Cowboys, just like Bill Belichick had his first loss to us last season. That's all I got to say, bro.
Man, appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for being part of this.
All right, bro.
Yes, indeed. That's a good call from you, bro. Yes, indeed, man. Good call from him, man. That's my guy, Cowboys, in charge by Charles, man, Sports Report. Let me see, man. Let me see what we got here. Boss, I'm live, bro. No. You can call it. You can call it if you want. Call the call that number, man. All right, bro. Good call.
All right, man.
Yeah, that's my guy, Boss, man. Good call from him. Loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room, or the empty wagon make a lot of noise is what old folks say as well. But shout out to Frank Lucas. Shout out to him for making that statement too. It is what it is. I do like a little trash talking, by the way. That's my game when I play. I like to get into the mind. I try to use anything I can find to pull out those resources from you, and then I try to expose them naturally. But neither here nor there. The Cowboys heading into the 2022 season is still the area of the unknown. There are known knowns and there are known unknowns, right? But here's the thing. Let me play my clip again. Let me play it.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for my guy Boss to call in, what have you. Frank Lucas was American Gangster Law. Yeah, he was. But I do like that statement from him. And shout out to everyone. Jay Lombardi says phone lines are open. Yeah, guys, call in to the phone line, the hotline, 657-390-7391. Back to this point right here. This particular team heading into the 2022 season, are you guys sold on the wide receivers that we have now? Let me know. Just put in yes or no, or you still looking. Just put SL for still looking. Yes if you're sold. No if you just feel really saying to yourself, I don't really like this. Frank Lucas is a snitch. And my guy Asmodeus is no. And Kelly Price says yes. And this does not mean that you are a homer or what have you. This just means simply that you have to wait and see. 540, you're live.
Yo,
what's good?
Yo, what's going on, Law?
Nothing to it. Talk to me.
Man, Law, man, I'm right here at the crib. I got you right here on my screen, my man.
Appreciate
Look,
it.
I want to go ahead and hop on here, man, let you know, Law, man. I represent you, man.
Appreciate it.
Look, I feel like right now that McCarthy is really getting a real bad rep for this 22 season.
Right.
I feel that right now, even though the whole Sean Payton situation is out there, this man just needs to coach. I feel that Dan Quinn is the reason why that this team had turned completely 360 degrees. The defense does win championships.
Yeah.
And I feel that it does win in the trenches.
Right.
Dak Prescott, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, but he still gets a bad rep.
No doubt.
I don't understand it. The talking heads.
Yep.
You, Law Nation, Mark Holmes, respect Mark Holmes, puts the king out, cover all y'all. The thing about it, Cowboy Nation, we have to understand that, yes, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, yes, it's a business.
Yep.
But what about us, the fans?
Mm-hmm.
Give us what we want. All I understand right now is what we all understand. It's what they're selling to us. But we continue to keep buying into what they're selling to us. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and boycott. No. My thing is that right now, let's skip to a situation here. This draft, the way that Melvin Gallimore beefed up, and
right.
You have Quentin Bohanna. Yes, we drafted him good, but we got to make it happen. This is the year I feel that it needs to happen. Sam Williams, Michael Parsons, Dante Fowler. If we can bring in Barr, maybe Sue, close to, maybe in training camp. Let's just see what happens. Dan Quinn with this NASCAR package, he can do whatever he want to do. Seattle, if we can understand, y'all, Cowboy Nation, everybody in the talking heads talks about Russell Wilson, this and the third. Russell Wilson was just lucky to get drafted his rookie year and had Marshawn Lynch and Dan Quinn and guess who? Cowboys legend coach Chris Rashad already on staff. Went to the Super Bowl that year.
Okay.
Running game, offensive line, defensive line.
Uh-huh.
Always about in the trenches. After that year, they won a Super Bowl. Like you always say, Law, that ain't nothing to sneeze at, right?
Yo. There ain't nothing to sneeze at as far as what you just mentioned. Far as now Chris Rashad being legend, Cowboys coach, I'm not finna go that far. But I can tell you, man, from where you saying and the place that you saying it from, I feel every word that you saying. Now, there's two folds to it. And I gotta be real with you. I can't put sugar over this. I'm not gonna put lipstick on the pig as well. It goes back to the known and the unknown, and that is what we're living with. Those guys that we have now getting bigger is one thing, but you think the opposing team is not getting bigger, right? So Neville Gallimore or Chauncey Golston getting bigger, and Osa, all of those boys,
Ridgeway,
yeah, all of those guys getting bigger, but the opposing teams are getting bigger too, right? The competition is getting steeper and sharper too. So those are things that we have to contextualize too when we say this. And granted, I like the notion that these guys are going to ball out and do some crazy numbers for us, because last year we went from the 30th ranked defense all the way down to the 12th. But I'm trying to still make the competition even steeper. I'm still trying to look at this and saying, hey, yeah, you got bigger, but what you going to do about it? Every year, every year, we have these expectations, and I want to be able to meet the reality with those expectations. And that is what the Cowboys coaching staff got to do. You should never get complacent. You should never look at this thing saying that my job is comfortable. I would have these guys thinking that every day they can get cut. And that's the philosophy that Jimmy Johnson had. That's why he left. Right. That's why he left Troy Aikman. He left Troy Aikman. Yeah. Oh, you the quarterback? I'll leave you. Yeah.
Johnson, he was like, oh, yeah, if you ain't about as far as my philosophy, you gone, you cut. But see, the thing about it, all the way back in the day, Jerry, well, why not give this man more opportunities? But see, Jerry, wanted the whole credit and this and third, Cowboy Nation. We always understood that whole philosophy. But then at the end of the day, it's like, yes, defense does win championships, but doesn't offense put points on the board?
It's a forever balance, though. Yeah. I'm gonna say it's a forever balance, man. People say this all the time, that if you eat this, you will have a better life. No, it's a balance. Do everything in moderation, right? But there's phases to a game that you need to have already installed, and that's football as it relates to offense, defense, as well as special team. They say 3 phases, but I call it 4 phases.
Same thing. You hit it right on the.
You got to have coaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the time, Dak always, and you can listen to it as far as their interviews. Collective effort. You know what I'm saying? Situational football. 14 penalties against the 49ers. And then they was talking about, and I understand it, you know what I'm saying, you got to be a player. Players play, coaches coach.
Right.
But you have to know the rules. Give the ball to give the ball to the referee. But that man, he was jogging almost like, a whole 50 yards and bumped into Dak. He got all like discombobulated. And then the whole line, they had to get set up, game over.
Yeah.
But they practice that, in practice, but that's here or there, like you always say. But I feel like John Ridgeway from Arkansas, that boy is a dog. This undrafted rookies we brought in this draft, Tyler Smith, he's going to be an animal. Think about it, Law and Cowboy Nation. Throwing a toss to Pollard, and you get maybe Zach Martin pulling from the right side on that left side, and that one run that Pollard did against the Saints last year. Imagine it. How Kellen Moore can be creative. Oh, man, it's going to be crazy. And then Zeke get back in form. We got to get to that running game, get that going. Kellen Moore get more creative, get Tolbert active. CeeDee Lamb, he's going to be an animal. And then James Washington, unknown.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully, Catboy and Jerry and, the front office can work something out. Linebacker, Barr, work something out with him. Julio, I don't know what's going on with that. We need an insurance policy for Michael Gallup. Because the way I know Julio's working out, we all know Julio. Ain't no same Julio, but he's effective. And I feel like he will do better under a dome. So, and the connection with Dan Quinn, and then Barr, his connection with George Edwards. And Sue, you never know.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, but they gonna have to approach. They can't just sit with the glass of wine in their hand and watch.
Right.
So the Cowboys, Jerry Jones and John Stephen Jones got to approach. But I believe, like you said, what they're doing is they got to wait to see what these guys can do in the first 3 weeks or what have you of training camp, and we'll find out from here.
And it's all about youth. Now, the thing about it, there is a misconception with using youth through the draft. No problem with that, because I remember I studied and heard Tony Dungy used to say on set, working for NBC, was like, yeah, you build a team through the draft, no problem. But then you make and get, a little bit behind in, like, trying to win now or get to that goal. Yes, use the draft, but that's why we have these veterans. You can solidify certain positions if you need this linebacker for this position and solidify this line, a beef-up guy in the middle, an edge guy, a safety somewhere here and there, a couple of veterans, and then let's make it work.
No doubt.
But if you can always tweak it, but I just feel that this year, the way that the unrestricted free agents, Marquise Bell, Story Jackson, he's someone to watch out for. These guys, we have some dogs. Like, that's why when it was out there about, it came out like they was intimidated when we played San Francisco, nervous. No, that's why this draft and unrestricted free agents, we bringing in, these guys are hungry, and we got rid of, that soft tissue. Now,
no doubt, man.
That, with some animals.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man, to get your points out, man. I really appreciate you.
Call, man.
Anytime, bro. I love it.
How about the Cowboys, man? Hey, like you always say, man. You the man, bro.
Oh, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
That's a good one. Thank you.
You could not live with your own failure.
That's the type of mentality we gotta have.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
All right, man. Let me let this guy in. 972, man. You live. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. 972.
Oh, my bad. I was muted. Hey, what's up, Laws? Los here. I haven't been able to call in for a while, but I just want to say, keep on doing what you do. You do great work, and you're one of the OGs I first watched that got me into the YouTube content of Cowboys.
Man,
now, with that said, Law, I would like to say this. Me hearing about how, Von Miller got offered the same contract that Randy got offered, man, that just shows the mentality of old Cowboy. That he feels that, and I'm not saying, this is not me saying, but yeah, being a Cowboys, it's a great thing. You can have the star on your helmet, the media, the lights and everything, but it doesn't mean shit. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good, man. Go with it.
When you're not winning for 25 years or 20-something years, we haven't even been to the NFC championship game, and you're expecting players out here to take discounts for you? F that. No, if you want to sign a player and make a difference to a team, don't be scared. You get what you pay for, Law.
Yeah.
You really do. If you're buying a used car all the time, you're gonna run into problems. You're gonna run into oil, all this stuff. Now, if you buy a car off the lot, brand new AC, brand new tires, ready to get it going, get your business going, you're going to get investment of what you put in. Now, what I'm having a problem with the Cowboys is all these years is like, man, just change your mentality. Don't be afraid to invest for your fans and for yourself to be a damn champion.
Yeah.
Look at the Rams, man. They have, I don't know how much they have spent this offseason, but I'm damn rest assured it was more than $250 million.
Yeah.
And that's how much they spent this offseason. So I'm just saying this to say this, Law. if Cowboys are ever to go nowhere, and I don't have a problem developing players and drafting players, but they are going to have to find a way to bring a player of a high caliber to take this team to the next level. And I don't care who it is, whether that be a defensive end, a safety, a cornerback, a wide receiver, or anybody. But we cannot expect just the people we draft to develop to bring us to the championship, because that's not how it works in today's NFL. And that's all I have to say, Law. If we want to be champions, you got to go and get it, and that's all I have to say.
No doubt, man. Good call from you, man. The Cowboys, they're going to have to go out there and grab it and get it and take it. There are people that sit back and watch things happen. There are people that make things happen. And then there are those people that say what just happened. Those are the three people that's out here on this world. And according to, let's see if I can play this audio. Let me see if I can play this. Let's go right here. Bam. Y'all can't hear it yet, but he's chomping. Okay, let's see.
And when America watches, they're the most rated.
I can't play that audio. I forgot. He got audio music in the background, but he said that basically the new America's team are the Rams, which is so far off from who they actually are. The Rams are not the America's team because nobody's talking about the Rams. This is the only segment that he did that probably got some views about the Rams, of him spitting. And I wish I can play the audio, but I can't. I didn't know that it had other stuff on it, but they'd take the video down. Okay, but I'm going to tell you guys, the reason why the Rams are not the America's team is because they're not talking about the Rams. Can you imagine if you close your eyes and if the Cowboys ownership did the exact same thing that the Rams did? One, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin would be saying the Cowboys trying to buy the Super Bowl. Two, there would be a specialized rule that you can't sign more than one free agent in a year. All of a sudden, a new rule would be handed out. Three, it would be more people saying that the NFL is fixed versus another team can make these type of moves and it goes unheard of. Look, I guarantee you, if we signed a guy like a third string guy or fourth string guy, it will make more news than any guy that they sign that is of a prominency. Even if they go out there and sign Julio Jones, and if the Cowboys go sign Will Fuller, it will be more people listening in to Will Fuller's information of what he's going to do. Is he washed? Is he bust? Or is he this? Or is he that? Versus if a Julio goes to the Rams or vice versa. That's just how it goes. So, no, they are not the new America's team. And on top of that, this is how the nickname thing goes, Cowboy Nation. I get it. A lot of people want that namesake. But newsflash, you don't determine your own nickname. That is something that is given to you from someone else. And as much as people may like Colin Cowherd or what have you, he don't have that type of pull for people to start looking at the Rams. I know the L.A. Rams is in L.A., and I believe his studio is in L.A., but he don't have enough pull to change the minds of millions and millions of people to give that name up, right? Just like this is the truth right here, Cowboy Nation, for those that's listening. 12 for the Cowboys will always be the captain, right? There's nobody that can really say, well, Tom Brady now got 7 rings. But in Cowboys country, R12, Roger Staubach, will always be better because that's just how it goes. I don't care if there's a quarterback in the future that will have 13 to 14 Super Bowl champions, rings, or what have you. Because there's no ambiguity to his play of the area of maybe he cheated if he get this ring. No. The clean streak is the real streak. I've seen people, and I forgot who your name was earlier, and say, well, technically the Patriots got room to talk about the amount of Super Bowls. But naturally, people kind of feeling like, hey, man, a few of those Super Bowl rings were questionable, right? But for the Steelers and the Cowboys, you don't have those big questions, right? Christopher says Brady is the GOAT. Granted. But Captain America will always be 12. And when you say that, you're not thinking of Tom Brady, right? Lord Novas knows that, right? Captain America will always be 12, the person who did it first. But without any levels of ambiguity, there's a lot of gray areas with Tom Brady. And trust me, I'm not discounting or taking away from Tom Brady's legacy. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that he's not considered the modern day era. Great one. But he ain't Roger. All right, let's go to the 9-10 UN. 9-10 UN. What's good? 9-10. Once. Twice.
Oh, sure.
Okay, 9-10 UN. I got you now. North Carolina.
Oh, shoot.
9-10. Come on, lean forward, right there. It's gonna hurt you a little bit. Stop playing on my phone. All right, boss, man, what's good, man? Talk to me.
What's up with it, big dog?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, man, I saw the title, man. What's going? So the title is that basically Von Miller wants to take less money.
Yeah, he was
willing. We talking about, are we freestyling?
I got a little sprinkles of Mama's cooking, of freestyling in here. Shout out to Kwame Brown. But it was more so like it came out and said, "Hey, man, I would be willing to take less money," but they didn't even really approach me. You know how you see that beautiful thing in the club, and you say, "Man, she bad, bro. She bad." And your boy said, "Go over there and holler at her." Nah, man, Yeah. I'm gonna reset it up for you, boss. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, man.
Nah. You know how you be in the spot. You see that bad lady, and she said, "Man, she bad, bro. Go holler at her." Nah, man, I'm good, man. I can't afford that. Ah, man. And the whole time she eyeing you, she staring you down, she looking you up and down. And you saying, "Nah, dog, I ain't gonna holler at that. That's the Cowboys." You see that bad?
Oh, that sure ain't me, big dog. Come on now.
I know that ain't you, but man, you could at least said, "Man, 2 drinks over there to her and a friend over there, just to give her."
Hey, man, I'm sitting the drinks, man. Let's get it, big dog.
And then you don't walk over there immediately. You just gotta let them take a few drinks, a few seconds, And then when she asks, "Where the drinks come from?" The gentleman over there, his name is Boss Cowboy, by the way, And then she come to you.
Teach, man. Teach the game, bro. Love it, big dog. Love it.
Oh my gosh, man. But what's good, man? What's good with you, man? That was just me, just rambling, man.
Oh man, everything, man. Just sitting back, excited about this training camp, getting ready to start, and and getting ready to kick off the season. I know everybody ready for that. I'm definitely ready for that, and excited for what you're gonna be doing when you down in training camp. It's just we getting ready to have a lot going on, man. I'm excited about the whole future of what's getting ready to happen between obviously the final word and everything that's getting ready to transpire once we start getting our eyes on what's really going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good when we see it naturally because we know it's not tainted. We know it's not favoritized, favoritized to somebody else's opinion.
Right. And I gotta give a special shout out to Blogging and the Balls because they wrote a real good article where they was basically warning to watch the hype from training camp. You know, that if there's a lot of the media's interest to, you know, sell the optimism because they know they get clicks. People excited and they want good news, but they can overinflate sometimes certain news.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They definitely can, man. Oh, you see that snag by Noah Brown? Hey man, Noah Brown, he made
Deshaun Wright to talk of training camp, he might be the starter, number 2 corner.
You know that's about to happen. That hype machine, you know. And that's why I
Switzer kind of look like a baby Randy Moss. These are all true reports too. These are things that they said.
Yep. I would never forget, fam. I was out there and Reggie Davis was killing everyone, fam. Dude named Reggie Davis. He was a 4'3" guy. He wore number 11. And Reggie was killing me, and Shango was like, man, we might got us something here, man. But the day they put them pads on and they gave the green light to the DBs, like you can hit them, but you can't really hit them, but you can hit them. That joker and Reggie boy dropped everything. Reggie couldn't catch COVID if it existed. Reggie was like, he couldn't catch nothing. I said, God, no, Reggie, what happened?
Man, bro, like it is a such thing as practice All-Americans. It is, and, you know, and it's some people, man, they just know how to show up at practice. And see, the OC was talking about that for a little while with Anthony Brown. But see, he finally translated into the real field last year. But he was definitely one of those guys. And like what you say, it's certain guys, they just show up in the practice life. You know, they know how to get a job, but they don't know how to really show up when it's time. You know.
Let me tell you something. Dak Prescott was the worst practice guy.
Practice player
in life. It had a like Jameer Showers. We was out there like, man, hey, Jameer Showers, dog. That Jamil, man. Shoo. That's Vic mixed with.
and see, that's so crazy, man. And that's why it's so valuable to make sure y'all tune in to Law Nation Sports. Listen, y'all, because listen, I'm telling everybody, man, it make a difference to have real eyes out there, man. Especially at this point, you've been out there so many years that you can decipher the practice hype from the real play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, y'all better tune in. Hit that like. If you ain't subscribed, do that, obviously.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I'm excited, bro, for what you gonna see and then what I'm gonna see in Dallas and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, bro, and see the crazy thing is I heard that from so many people that Dak was just trash at practice. Like if you saw him at practice, you would think he was garbage.
Yeah, look, nobody saw him, but then that preseason game, that LA Rams game, I believe that was his very first one, man. And we was like, whoa, wait a minute. We were literally like, because they do in Oxnard, for those who are out there, if you stay the entire state all the way to the blue and white, I promise you it's worth it. But that first preseason game, everybody was like, hey, man, that dude with number 4 from Mississippi State, shoot, that dude was good, you know?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, and it's it's a such thing, and that's why sometimes I used to hate when people used to talk about Amari Cooper practice.
Oh yeah.
I used to hate that, like, and I still hear a lot of people from the mainstream media reference his practices, like he was always banged up at practice. It's like, is that really what we judging some of these gamers, right? Because he was clearly a gamer, right? And it's one thing that tripped me out loud, just since we just freestyling and talking out loud. I don't think a lot of people historically know that some of the best athletes who ever played was horrible practice players.
One of the guys that they destroyed us, man, played for the Giants. His name was Plexico Burris. he stayed on the injury report. Terrible practice guy. But when it was time to play football, plexico burst, bullet wound and all, man, just caught everything.
Turn it on.
Eli Manning would close his eyes and just say, Allah, and throw it to Plex way.
Right.
And he would come down with the ball, and people fail to realize that would never exist for the Cowboys because we would be so horn on, hey, we would be so talking about this guy didn't practice. Is this good for the team? Is he blah, blah, blah? You see what I'm saying? So everything is always magnified in Cowboys land about practice, about things that go unseen, but they try to uncover it and they make it such a big deal that you can't have those type of things.
Yeah. And, I think we all would want a person that was a great practice player and a great gamer.
Right.
But sometimes you just don't get those guys, man. And then I actually sometimes see the wisdom in guys who kind of pull back at practice, right? So if you're Amari, just for example, using him as an example, and you nursing the ham, why in the hell would you be going all out at practice?
Big facts. Ooh.
Like, wouldn't you be better suited to say something for the game when you nursing injuries and you trying to play through injuries? So I just think, sometimes I think you're right, man. When it's so magnified in Dallas that I think we sometimes accidentally sabotage ourselves with just improper expectations,
Right. So, and then there's this other thing, boss, that when we was out there last season, for example, Simi Fehoko, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
There were guys like Osiris Mitchell who outperformed Simi, Brandon Smith who outperformed Simi. So we was like, hey, when these guys going to get a chance to elevate up to the first string? Because there's 2 tiers. There's like 3 tiers, basically. There's like the practice squad, like a 3rd tier. Then there's the 2nd tier and there's first team reps. And we was like, shoot, that Osiris Mitchell, he wore 14 at the time, I believe. We was like, man, this dude is pretty good, but he never got a chance to get first team reps. So those are things that we're going to point out when we out there, even though it may be from an eye of the limited time that we got, but at least it'll separate the fake news from the truth. I hate to say that word fake news, but that's just how it goes.
And then, and to kind of echo what you said, just to be honest, I just think that some of us got better eyes, to where those media guys are doing the best that they can, but some of those guys don't have any kind of playing experience that aids to their perspective, versus you do. I do.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think we can kind of see just a little bit better. Because I remember last training camp when me and you was in Dallas, in the VIP, just watching the practices, and me and you was talking about Turner. It wasn't a lot of people talking about Turner, but me and you just was sitting there talking, and we was like, bro, I don't care what nobody say, that Turner is lighting it up out here. And it was just me and you. You know what I mean? Wasn't nobody else. Oh, yeah, Scott was with us, too.
Scott
all of us was really just, it was all 3 of us. We was having a discussion about Turner turning up. Now, you didn't hear the media talking about that. Nope. You didn't hear, .com talking about that. Nope. You didn't hear ESPN talking about that. You didn't hear the fans talking about that. But we was talking about that.
We surely was talking about that, man. You just you open up a can right there. But we were definitely talking about that and his ability and things that he was doing that
was showing it.
That was showing it. Yup.
He was showing it, and it's the value. That's why I'm so excited about training camp getting ready to kick off, and you guys out there
on the fly. I got the video to prove it. Let me see if I'm gonna put it up on the screen right quick. Ooh. And nobody even have this clip because this was the clip that I had. You and I was right there watching it. Let me see if I can do it right here.
Watching it.
It is right here. Let me see if I can fix it up a little bit. Y'all might hear some outside noise. Yeah, watch this fade ball.
Boom.
Boom. Caught it in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? That was us out there in the private practice right there, Dak Prescott fade ball to Turner. 17, keep it to me. So there are things
and you pulled it.
I pulled it.
I
got a whole bunch of clips in my data that I could just go for days to show you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord! Oh my God,
Let's see if I can zoom in on that thing.
Man, hey, way to fly that plane, man. You flying it like a jet now, buddy. You fly. Man, to have an impromptu conversation and you pull the clip. Well, that's real. I gotta say that as a producer, dog. Ooh, props on that. But hey, that's what he just showed is exactly what I'm talking about, and why people should follow. You know, honestly, this is why you follow. And you know, I talked to Scott today. I talked to Scott about maybe an hour ago. I've been able to make my rounds with all my social media brothers since I've been kind of recharging the battery. And we were just having a just good conversation about the benefit of us being out there. And we were just also talking about just how that is not blurry like it used to be. It used to be the YouTubers, and then it was YouTubersBut.com. YouTubers but the fan. He's like, nah, that line don't exist anymore. No. It's really where we are now, for people that have been paying attention, we are just as respected now as they are. Yeah. You know, it took a little while for us to get here, but at this point, for those who really know, we are truly respected in this community. I was talking to Jake Tuck today. Yeah. He was saying the same thing. He was like, dude, so many of my videos ended up being articles. And same thing I see with you all the time. You'll bring up a topic, then you'll see 4 reputable articles on just what you just did a video on. You know?
Right.
So...
it's crazy, man, how this world is, man. But I look at it like this, man. Collectively, we have created a new, just a new situation. I think they saying Draymond Green coined the phrase "a new media," but this is a new way of expressing our thoughts, and it's raw, and it comes from a sense of passion, but with football background, football pedigree, for us to be able to say, yeah, that back shoulder fade for Dak Prescott to number 17, Malik Turner, was a real good one. They should utilize them more in the game. They should utilize some of this as a red zone threat. Those are things that beat writers don't have the ability to do because they may not have their football intel. You see what I'm saying? Or foresight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But from a writer's perspective, they can write things up so good that you will sit there and say, man, you know, that was right about such and such, you know.
Yeah, man. So it's and I'm just excited, man, just how, just talking to some of my podcast brothers, man, I've been privileged to do that this week more than ever, like especially in the year. I spend so much time booking cats and booking guests that I don't catch up with my brothers enough. Yeah. It's been a good catch-up week in terms of just rapping with my brothers, just about like old school barbershop football, and it's pure. And that's the thing that you said that I hope a lot of people just caught. It's the passion that's with these YouTubers. Yeah. I was literally talking to Jay Tuck today, bro, real talk. I was talking to Jay Tuck today, and he was literally mad about a major promotion that he just got, right? Mm-hmm. Who's mad about getting a major promotion? And I was like, bro. I said, am I hearing you right? You mad to make way more money? He said, yeah, because I'm going to be doing less content.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
I say it's only that type of passion in this community, dog. And that's only cool. I'm not making this up for my boy show. You know what I mean? It's a long show. This is a true conversation that I had with Jay Tuck today. Yeah. So so what I hope y'all heard what Law said, man, that the passion is truly with us, man. It's truly with the YouTube community and the podcasters that could be making other money. What we doing is because we love the Cowboys and we love football.
Man, to piggyback off of what you just saying there are people who are bought, right? Meaning that they probably put in their name for an application to work for said media company, right? That follows or talk about the Cowboys, and they have no iron in the fire. They just say things to sell the views or say things to sell the taglines or for clicks, but they don't give a dog about this team winning or losing, right? They just there riding the money wave of what that said company is doing, right? But me, there's holes in the wall. I think that there's an apartment complex somewhere in Mississippi that got holes all in the wall from me punching the wall because the Cowboys lost. You know what I'm saying? You know,
right.
I mean, damage control. There are people that I got the fisticuffs about over this team, you know. So I get it. When we say things, it took me forever in the day. And my brother, the only one that can contest to this, of me doing the play-by-play, because I naturally cuss, throw stuff, you know what I'm saying, want to naturally. But for me to sit through a 3 to 4 hour game, giving you guys raw analysis, I may be wrong on formation, I may be wrong on who they subbed in or out, but baby, it's raw. and that's what the world and the media wants now. They want that raw stuff, man.
It really is new media, man. It really is. And you know, and one of the things Scott said today when I talked to him, he said, man, and I felt him on this. He said, we on the front end of it, big dog. He said, that's what's going on. He said, it's the fact that us YouTubers, podcasters, video bloggers, all of us that do this content for the Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys, people slowly starting to realize that the authenticity that we really bring is what's really craved right now. That's what's craved right now. It's that final word barbershop feel that we bring on Tuesdays. That's real. Like we never, like people don't know this, but we never prep for shows. We never send out an email. This is what we gonna be talking about today. We might have been. In a year we might have done that once, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. You know, it's so everything that they see is raw and real. From the debates to when we agree and when we disagree, it's just what it is. So I mean, and I just feel, you know, obviously privileged to be a part of the community. And then I just, you know, happy that obviously we got so many followers and people that really love the raw and real that you bring and that I bring and that the community brings. You know what I'm saying? So
it to know, man, that somebody I ain't gonna say all my plugs, but man, for people to reach out to me and say, hey man, long as you in my city, you don't have to buy a beer, you know, or a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And whenever you set up, this guy, that guy, or that guy, as long as they with you, they all taken care of. And these are millionaires, you see what I'm saying, that just passionately love what we do for the community. And I love to have that. You know what I'm saying? I say like, God,
oh, man,
boy,
it's amazing, you know? Bro. It's amazing. It's amazing to see. Listen, because I'm telling y'all, like, Law humble as hell. Like,
appreciate it.
Law don't even talk really honestly about how he really is a celebrity. Law told me when we first started doing the final word, he was like, boss, I can't go to the zoo without people stopping me. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, okay. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, Law. Well, man, listen. When I start really getting closer to Law and we start doing like events and we start going to training camp together and I start doing, you know, different shows, oh my God. He not lying. Like literally, we can be in Africa, and somebody go walk up. You are that dude that look like Harden. I'll be like,
I cannot believe it. It is you, the royal citizen of Zamunda.
It got to a point. Listen, this is real talk. This is why I admire your work ethic, dog. That's why we all say it's 3 laws. I don't know how you make so many videos. I still ain't figured that out. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. But man, I swear to God, bro. I swear, man. it got to a point to where I just watch people looking and they'll give you that triple look like, is that? And I just stop. I say, "Law, yeah, somebody won't. Law, somebody recognize you, dog."
Yeah.
So, but what's cool is just it's how humble you are about it. Like you don't. You a celebrity in the streets. It's amazing. Like people don't know. I guarantee you, it's more people that stop you than that stop even a lot of the .com boys. I swear to God, I saw it with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, say, bro. So I mean, so no, man. It's amazing how cool you are to be. But I guess it makes sense because when you get up to that many views and the amount of views you got, you in the millions now, right?
Man, hello. Yeah, it's there, man.
That's what you don't want to say. I say this
man,
dude numbers in the millions in terms of views.
Oh
over the time.
Man. It's a bidding war about it right now. I got a major sponsor that we in back and forth with. And we are at tooth and nail. We fighting left and right, but I do know. I do know that it's come from dedications and hard work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I tell the sponsors, man, y'all better lock in before the season go up, because when the season go in, hey, the price of the bag,
go up.
The bag just went up. I'm gonna do like the players do us, man. I said, God, dog, but nah, I'm humble with it. I'm humble with it, man. Yeah. But shout out to all the Cowboys experience, man. The guys that come out to the events. Shout out to, man, one of the bigger people that we had far as recognition is Michael Parsons, right? And I clearly understand the reason why his bag went up, you know what I'm saying, about coming out to these events. But, man, we got some stuff in the making that this season is about to be phenomenal. And guess what, boss?
Yo.
You're a part of it as well, because we working out. Look, I'm working out on things that people don't even know that would benefit all of the Cowboys and not some that do the same space that we do. And it's a
beautiful thing,
it's
bro.
It's about to get banana split crazy, bro.
No, and I know you're telling the truth. So, I'm super excited about this season and just, covering the Cowboys the way that we do. And just everybody that continue to support. Because, the anthem, obviously, of Boss Cowboy Sports is our voice matter, your voice matter.
Yeah.
But it is the combined unit of the views that you get, that I get, that others get, that really make us a force, and just to watch us continue to grow and to watch you continue to grow like Voltron, man, it's just super cool.
I appreciate these.
Real quick on these Cowboys, man, we never talked about this. This is a freestyle. I'm freestyling with you. I never asked you this, but what's your top training camp battle that you're looking forward to? And I promise I've never asked him that.
Yeah.
What's your top training camp battle that you're looking forward to?
Oh my gosh. It's gonna be KJ versus Anthony Brown. That's that number 2 DB. That's gonna be a top deal there. Everybody else, if you think about it, got a shoe in. I think Malik Hooker, he's gonna be the starting safety as it relates to free. J-Ron Curse, I don't think nobody's knocking at his door. So that's going to be a top battle. And that number 2 wide receiver role is going to be out of James Washington, Simi Fehoko, and Jalen Tolbert. I think that the way the Cowboys operate, and by the way, Jalen Tolbert sleeping in the bedroom with Dak Prescott. Everywhere Dak Prescott and Jalen Tolbert is just like, hey, I'm there. He's the little brother, man, like the shadow. So I think that Jalen Tolbert may have a foot up on everybody else. But that will be the biggest battle, the DB battle, and then it's your boy. I'm gonna pick on my guy, Coach Marv. It's Coach Marv guy, Leighton Vander Esch.
Yeah.
They are putting all type of pressure. Look, Leighton can literally see. Damone Clark is coming, right? Jabril Cox is knocking on the door. Harper is saying, hey, man, don't leave out the oodles and noodles because I'm going to eat it, right? And then on top of that, Gifford is saying, hey, man, if you fumble, I'm there. You see? So that's got to be a battle. That's a battle, you know.
Yeah, man. Let me tag in with you on that one too, because I was gonna save this content, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it away. Okay. Right, I'm gonna give it to the Law Nation channels. So I definitely agree with you on that linebacker, big dog, because I've been looking at the tea leaves, and there seems to be a lot of consistency around doubt of LVE.
Yeah.
Now, that's not saying he's a bad player. So I know for the people that's listening and love LVE, I'm not dookie on LVE. His law is not either.
No.
But it's our job to look at what's going on and try to interpret it the best to y'all as people that's listening.
Yeah.
So what I've been seeing, bro, tell me if you're seeing the same thing. I'm seeing a consistent drip because Dan Quinn was not openly, he was privately lobbying for Bobby Wagner. That came out from Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? Bobby.
Let me give you
that came out.
Let me give you
that
this
came
right
out.
Here. Let me give you this right here. Let me give you this. Go.
Yeah,
Go
right.
with it, man.
All right. Because I'm trying to put it together with you, bro, for what you just broke down in terms of that cap battle. Number 2, also the Anthony Barr. That's been leaked a lot. And remember, they kept saying, we want them for the right price. So who is obviously leading that charge? Again, that's Dan Quinn. Then I've been reading them. Just keeping it real. And so then obviously Coach Marv sent me some on Malik Jefferson out of Texas, right?
Yeah.
Who they say the Cowboys in talks to. Then when you think about it, hit that button one more time because I saved the best one for last.
What's that?
So let's all think back. What was Parsons doing on draft day? Who was he kept talking about while having a teammate? Dean. Do anybody remember that?
I don't. I don't remember it. You got some sharp one right here.
Yes, bro. When Dean was dropping.
Oh, yeah. He was like, hey, yeah.
Right. I can't believe Dean is dropping. Oh, my God. Where's Dean going to go? Like, he was openly with LVE as his teammate. Like, obviously interested in Dean, dog. So it's a smell to the linebacker room, man. I'm just being honest, man. To I think you're right on that, bro. That camp battle. I'm gonna add one more.
What up?
I want to get your thoughts on it. I think that swing tackle is gonna be very interesting.
You talking about Ball versus Matt Waletzko?
Yep. I think it's gonna be very interesting because how can, and I'm just thinking out loud, I wanted to get your thoughts on it, big dog. How can we go into any season not expecting T. Smith to go down, dog?
Yeah.
He hasn't played a full season since 2015.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not wishing bad on him, obviously, but I'm just saying, how could the Cowboys not be looking at that very seriously? You know? And one of those guys going to have to really show that we can trust them when we likely lose T. Smith a couple of games. Because it's likely at this point going to happen. None of us wishing it happens or saying that it's going to happen, but it would be foolish not to think that it's a probability that it is going to happen.
Let me say this. I got to say this, okay? And I know you're going to agree with this. Right now, the starting 5 is Tyron, Tyler, Zach, Terrence, right? That's your starting 5, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, so if you're talking about the Cowboys value draft assets over undrafted guys, Ball was pretty much a late draft pick. Matt Waletzko had promising futures as it relates to a guy that they picked up early, kind of midways in the draft. I think he was 5th or 6th. What way he was 5th? if push come to shove, I think Matt Walesko can beat out Ball. But I heard that, was it Matt Walesko that gave up 3 sacks against Sam Williams, although there wasn't pads, right? Or 3 to 4 sacks.
Right.
Was it Matt Walesko or was it Ball? It was Matt, right?
Yeah, I heard it was Matt.
It was Matt. So if that's the battle that we looking at, everybody else is solid in, then dog it, let it be a true battle. But both of those boys, Ball and Matt, they are left-sided guys dominantly. They never played the right. So swing tackles got to play the left and right. So it will be the winner if can they play right and left. And that will be the deciding factor. And we got a long way this offseason to go through that battle. So I can't wait to see it. Everybody else is solid in.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to move on from Tyler Biadasz. They like him. He had a strong campaign down the stretch or what have you. And that's why they looked at Tyler Linderbaum and said, you know what? We don't need him. We like Tyler Biadasz, who I believe you and the OC did a video breakdown and said that basically Biadasz had some of the higher accolades as far as awards or what have you than Tyler Linderbaum. Was that you?
Yeah, they had the same award.
Same
they
awards.
won the Remington Award.
Remington,
yeah.
So
Then on top of that, I think, Biadasz, he was graded as one of the top run blockers even as a rookie in the league. It wasn't even just out of all rookies. It was in the league. Mm-hmm. So it's the Tyler Biadasz thing is something that I think is gonna it's like you got a great year mixed with a bad start year. Yeah. And I think that bad start year from last year is lingering on his reputation, and he's gonna have to earn the trust of the fans with some consistency. Because right now, and I don't think it's fair to him, just being honest. I don't think he's assessed right. I think people are assessing him totally wrong because I think you hit it dead on the head, and you don't hear most people say what you just said. Is he finished strong? Most people not even saying that, big dog.
I know.
Most people are judging him based on his first 3 games.
Yeah.
And they have lost sight of how he improved as the year went along, to where they throwing him away. But he one of the guys that really has some of the best potential.
Yep, he didn't allow a single sack. Yep, all last season he didn't allow a single sack. He only allowed, I believe, 9 pressures all last season and 4 hits. So those are things that if I want you guys to go back and look, that's not bad, especially with the center who touches the ball 100% of the time. And one of the hardest positions to learn in the National Football League, you got to call out the mic, you got to slide protections, you got to know everything. And for him to do that last season and pretty much was his quote-unquote rookie year, believe it or not, because he only had a spoonful of games in the pandemic year. You're right.
Right. And then, a lot of people don't know this. I promise you a lot of people don't know this, but going into his senior year, he had a first-round grade by a lot of scouts, even Todd McShay.
Oh, wow.
Todd McShay wrote an article about him and had him as a top 15 grade, which is similar to Lindenbaum.
Yeah.
So for everybody that wanted Lindenbaum, I'm just being honest with you, you pretty much got him. You really do. Yeah. You already got the guy that we've been coveting. Just to be honest, it's and I'm gonna be watching to see if my eyes was right on Lindenbaum, because I don't think he's gonna be the instant success that others think he is. I think he's gonna be a very successful center, but I think it's gonna be in year 2, year 3. I think he's gonna struggle year 1.
No doubt.
And I want y'all to call me out if I'm wrong on that. Because what I saw from the film is what Jerry also discussed. He said, I struggled, and I never talked to, obviously, Jerry a day in my life. But Jerry said what I saw on film, and he said, I struggled with picking the guy that seemed to struggle with push off the ball and was getting pushed back at the point of attack at times. That's the exact same thing that I saw, and it's gonna only get worse going to the next level until he developed the real raw strength that it takes around year 2, round 3 to get in those offensive linemen.
But the only thing
if I'm wrong on that, I would.
The only thing I can say this, boss, that dude, he's in the creme de la creme area. He's falling into a team that fits him perfectly, like a glove, and that is the Ravens.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to do a lot of stretch. They're going to do a lot of pulling. They're going to pull him.
Yeah.
And he got an athletic quarterback. He's athletic to a degree. And that team, think about it. They had Kolar. They drafted Kolar, who a lot of people slept on. I really like his skill set. You remember I had him as one of my top tight ends. And they drafted, I think, Isaiah Likely to mix in with Mark Andrews. So that's going to be power football. They're going to run the rock. They're going to keep everything short. They're going to bully everybody out there, and they're going to use a unique way of using Tyler Linderbaum as a fullback. You know, in a sense, because he's going to be pulling and he's going to be looking for people to get to the next level to just get in the way. And all Lamar need is a fraction of a second. That's what he want. He want that little slither so he can get upfield, and he need people to be athletic enough to get to that second level.
And I can't fight that logic on that. I think you measured the hell out that Kool-Aid, and I agree. You know,
yeah, but if you go into another system like a drop back system that they passing off, he would be
he will be exposed a lot faster. Like it is. Yeah, you're right. He will be, and I think you're right. I think the Ravens is the cologne.
Yeah.
When you didn't take a shower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, to his game, right? That's the best team with his skill set to mask the defects. You know, it's gonna be times they gonna have to line up and run the ball, which they do.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I can't fight that, big dog. That's just excellent analysis and fantastic measured Kool-Aid on your part.
Yeah, indeed, man. So man, I'm gonna have to get on up out of here, man. But I appreciate you, bro. Hey.
All right, big dog.
Hey, man. Just plug everything, man. Let everybody know where they can find and follow.
All right, man. Boss Cowboy Sports, man. Y'all keep y'all on the channel. Obviously, we retooling some things, and I'm taking a little bit of a rest. I don't know how Law's still able to do 18 videos a day without no burnout. He really is truly a vampire. So when he get energy from doing content, I actually was like, hey, man, I need to take a break. But it's Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter, man. Y'all make sure y'all go to that channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and then y'all look out for the final words. We got some new things coming, and definitely look out for the season. It's going to be great.
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you, boss, man. Thank you for calling in, fam.
All right, big dog. You take it easy.
That's my guy, man. I'm going to run, man. I got to run like OJ, man, the first time. When he was doing the Hearst commercials, man. I got to get up out of here, man. Thank those who called. Thank those who was waiting, man. Coach Marv, I hate to leave you, man. Bro, I saw you in the chat, man, but I got to run, man. Cowboy Nation is a good marathon type of show. At the top of the hour, I'm quite sure that we will have other Cowboys content creators doing their thing. I think the volume will be live at 3 o'clock. Check out them, Skywalker Steele and Vach Lombardi, who keep the party going over there. And I think that there will be, Jeff Kavanaugh, he go live today too, as well as other content creators that do this particular Cowboys conversation. Even at night, man, my Cowboys family, they've been dedicated for going live every night, pretty much at night. You know what I'm saying? So there's plethora of other Cowboys community that does talking, and Cowboys Sports Report, Tom Downey and all of those boys, man. And then I don't know if Cowboys.com is doing anything, but Cowboy Nation, we here. You know, we here, we talk, man. We talk passionately about this team. We run through our lunch break about this team. I ran all the way through my lunch break. They're like, Lord, what you doing, man? I mean, I'm talking about my Cowboys. Y'all hush, But Cowboy Nation, there's one thing a man should always do, and mainly to himself be true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices turns hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother, I will roll with brother, die for brother. The morals of life, live love and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take a decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. But those, man, no man should call a friend, because they bend lies around the truth until it meet their end. Nation and everyone that's listening, we pour upon passion over here, like Gina Chase just said. Shout out to you, Sadiq. Shout out to those who donated to help elevate the nation without hesitations nor deviations to the matter. A fact, write this down if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it. I don't. If darker than grim and besiege and beset it, with the help of Almighty, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, you will get it. You will. And that is what we're waiting to see. There's many people who written this team off before they even got a chance to put on the clicks. And excuse me, there are always ways we can improve this team, right? There are always someone smarter, bigger, better, right? But what your desires of your heart is all about, that's what we're looking for. I'm looking for the few that's willing to look at this opportunity to say, man, the 4-letter network written me off. The community written me off. Even the guy with the beard, Law Nation, written me off. He said I can't block. He said I can't catch. But let me go out there to prove to the world for myself and not no one else. That, my friend, is the dog that you need on this team. Right? That's the animal that we looking for on this team. The uncomfortable situation. To say, man, I thank those who watched that Aaron Hansford video. Just yesterday I posted, right? The third person, because there's 3 of me out there, right? That posted that video. There's another video that's gonna come out live today sometime. It's a long shot, that because Law said, right? No, he got a chance, he wear 43. He got a chance to make his name be heard. We got 3 weeks. 3 weeks. We would know who the real ones are, right, Cowboy Nation? I want you guys to continue to support this channel, support this team. Don't worry. Don't worry about it's been 25 years, 26 years, 27 years. We grinding, baby. We still fighting. You know, a prize fighter, even when he's down, he's continued to swing. He knows that he still got a puncher's chance, that he can hit that chin and still win and be victorious, right? They say if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. I believe that truly, truly, truly. I fell multiple times, still shook it off and stood on top of it. That's how we got to get through this thing. Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate you so much. I really do. Shout out to you, Sadiqua. Shout out to you, Norma. I hope that my words touch you guys or touch someone. You don't have to be a Cowboy fan for me to touch you with these words. But I know for sure, at the end of the day, like Jim Rowan said, when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. I know somebody is hearing me today. I can feel someone saying that, man, I don't even know who the Cowboys are, but I know who Law Nation is. Oh my goodness. This boy brings fire to the table. to say he don't want no water to drink. Because he on fire, baby. That's what I want. I want some of that fire. That brother Brink. Let's go. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Yeah. Appreciate you guys so much. Let's get it.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please.
Execute Order 66.
No photos. Hit the door and the domain just
Super chat, Eastside Lord. Wow. Landlord from Alabama, J versus Sadiq with Charles. Mr. 316, 24/7 and coach.
Wanna get you a ring,
Come on.
you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of love.
Shout out to everybody who stayed all 10 hours.
The hate and the jealousy, my mama
go.
telling me count up your blessings and run it up.
Yeah.
Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please. No photos. Jeez. No. Please. No photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway.
Nation.
I got paid to play today.
Come on.
I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid on
Jimmy is gonna make the team. I feel you, Jimmy. Jimmy.
I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale.
Come on.
Heard this on the
Not
market
all.
for the low. Who the realest we might never
Y'all know who it
All this
is.
acting, you gon' play a role. Give you
Come
the
on.
world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh. Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised.
He needs some milk.
Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really
Come on.
excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me.
Iceberg
Phone ringing and I tell 'em it's
Marathon edition. How long I've been live, y'all? I promise you, I thought I was gonna go live for 30 minutes. I promise you, I thought I was gonna go live for 30 minutes. I didn't even plan to go live this long, man. If you're watching and you have not hit that like button, nor shared this content, nor subscribe,
Shame.
let me hit it again.
Shame.
Oh my gosh, man. Sometimes
Shame.
I hate when I go this live this long, man.
Shame.
I do. But I appreciate y'all. Let's slow it down. 2 hours. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna try to keep my shows under 2 hours, man. Somebody gotta let me know, man. I'm gonna try to keep my shows for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm gonna shoot for that every time. Hour 15. But 2 hours strong. Ain't that right, Gene? Appreciate you. Sing it. Yeah. For those who watched Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond.
Don't let the street lights
hit you
all alone.
Come on.
You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
But you know what? I was watching. Let me talk to you guys. This freestyle all the way. I was watching Pat McAfee, right? And his shows go 2-3 hours too. Have you guys ever noticed that? And there's a whole gang of him. You know, there's a whole bunch of guys. It's just me. It's really 3 of me, but it's just me right here. And my friend, you know. I saved this plant nurse it back to life. It's something about living organism. You see, it still got to prune that part right there. But it's something about having someone to talk to, and I talk to this guy right here. I'm crazy nature, but people do what they want to do, right? So I appreciate those who stay. Eventually, maybe my channel can be similar to Pat McAfee, but that's his fly. That's his vibes, right? That's his flavor, right? Let y'all know. I'm gonna check it out, Big Sarge. Unforgivable. Yeah.
So far.
Let's go.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far.
What is that?
So far, so far.
There you go. It finally worked.
If a paper
Let's go.
crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Shout out to everyone. I was going to hit that Eagles thing, but the Eagles been nice today. You know, I was going to do the breaking news with the Eagles, but they've been nice today. They have not been talking noise.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.